So, Jazakumullah khair, thank you for making the time to be here and to attend these sessions, these workshops. We have taken a great deal of time and effort to program and to make sure that these sessions, these workshops, are going to be offered to you, the teachers of Sunday School. Sister Asma, Shahad, mashallah, may Allah reward her the best award. She is offering her services for free to be able to not only help us out, but also to benefit the community at large. Through benefiting the school, she's benefiting the community. And you, as teachers, by your mere presence and willingness to learn how to provide positive discipline, learn the tools, learn the methods, learn the pedagogy that is required to teach children in the best of ways. May Allah reward you for taking this as seriously as you have. It will be this program for 3 sessions, but Sister Asma will, as the workshops progress, will program the number of workshops as needed, inshallah. Again, these are sessions that we ask all the teachers to attend. Some of you are not here for different reasons, but please do not think that these are optional. These are really required for us. We cannot, any trades person cannot do their trade if they don't know how to carry on that trade. If they have the necessary knowledge, then they are able to carry those such responsibilities to the best that they are able to do. And this is part of our understanding, and this needs to be part of our understanding when we go through these sessions. So may Allah reward you for making the time. May Allah reward you for taking, even though you are volunteers, you're taking this as seriously as Allah has prescribed for us to take His work, the work for our deen and for our community as seriously. And of course, great thank yous go to Sister Asma for making time, taking time from her family, from her duties as a mother and as a professional to come and offer these workstations, these workshops. So without further ado, inshallah, have you address the teachers. These sessions, of course, with your permissions, we are recording some of them as a way to perhaps make them available to you as well, but also as refreshers in the future. Should there be a need. Yes. Yes. So, and if there are sessions or there are portions that you'd like us to raise, by all means, you can also tell us. So, please.
Thank you. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. So, I would like to thank first Mr. Ismail for giving me this opportunity. And thank you all for what you're doing for our kids and your efforts. Really appreciate it that you want to teach them the Arabic and Quran and connect them with their religion and culture. So this is very much appreciated from anyone in the community, and may Allah reward you and help you in this. I know it's hard. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Asma Shahada. I'm a mother of 3. I'm a certified parent educator and a family coach. And I'm I used to work as a software quality engineer, different field from what I'm doing right now, and I'll tell you why.
I can understand that. I'm from that same field.
Oh, really? Okay. That's great. So we're in the same, yeah, okay. So I want to share with you my story. How did it begin? As I told you, I'm a mother of 3, and there are 3 different stages, from toddler to a teen. So you can imagine how it's really exhausting mentally and physically. I need to be physically active with my small child or the toddler one, and the terrible twos, and you know how to handle this and how to teach her more skills in this age. And also I have to be mentally aware with my teenager, with his mood swings, and be patient, and you know, very, very different challenges between them. And the one in the middle, he's always left, maybe sometimes forgotten, because he's a less demanding, maybe he's quieter than them, he has different personality type. So I have to also be aware of his needs and his feelings. So let me get you back with me like 11 years back ago. How did this start? I was married at this 13, maybe 14 years ago, and I was working, as I told you, as a software quality engineer. And when I had my first son, I used to leave him with my parents or his other grandparents, and we used to go to work. And then come back at home, you know, just cuddle with him, feed him, and play with him a little, and we go to bed. So after that, and also the thing that he was the first child in both families, so he was really pampered, and I was the only married in my sisters. So all my sisters had, you know, take him out and have to see their friends, you know, get him very, you know, everything, you know, he has the full attention.
In Egypt, right?
In Egypt, that was back in my home country, yeah. And I was living with my family, and you know, he's taking all the attention of the whole family, and he was social, he was friendly, he was really pampered at this time. And then the big thing happened that we moved. We had to move, according to my husband's job, to another country, an Arabic country, and it was my first time to travel. And it was, you know, it's like a shock. We had to leave, our family, the big family, is behind, and we need to go with my husband and my first child. And this was really the, like, you know, the thing that alerted me a lot, because it was a new country, a new culture for me, for him as well. We know nobody there. I don't drive because it was in Saudi Arabia, so you know, women don't drive. So I don't work. I don't see anyone. I don't have friends. And the same to my child, that he was the one that used to see many people around him all the time. So it was really a bit of shock for both of us, and it was really challenging. And from this time, I started to realize that I need to learn more. I need to read more. I need to have the knowledge to know how to deal with my son. It was, you know, that I became facing the truth now. So one of the situations that has been repeated a lot at this stage, that we used to know one friend, and she has a daughter at the same age of my son, so we used to go visit her, or she comes visit us. And every time I go back home, my son stands in front of the door and keeps crying. He doesn't want to enter home. He really doesn't want to go home. So every time we go back home, he starts his tantrum and he starts crying. And I tried everything. I tried, you know, give him something, rewarding him to come in, to enter home. I tried yelling. I tried threatening. I tried consequences. I tried punishment, reward, everything, and nothing works. Except sometimes I sat beside him and start crying with him, because you don't know. And at this time, you know, and now when I think about it, I learned how to process my feelings. At this time, back in time, I didn't know how. Now I learned this. I learned that I have to sit and relax and process my feelings. Why do I behave like this, and why is he behaving like this? So at this situation, I thought that I was feeling lonely, I was feeling helpless, and I was feeling stressed, maybe scared. I'm out of my comfort zone now, and the same with my son. He was feeling also lonely. He was bored. He doesn't have all the stuff and people around him that he used to have, and different, you know, it's a big move for him. So now when I realized this, and after learning all of these tools, I know how to deal with in the same situation if I'm back, of course, in time. So to cut it short, I started reading and try to learn more how to deal with kids, and try with him like a trial and error process. Try this time, this tool, okay, maybe this works, this doesn't work, sometimes it works, sometimes not. And I got interested into this field. And since this time, we have been moving like every 2 years to a new country with a new house. And after that, I have my second son, and the challenges grew more. You know, that now there are sibling fights, there are jealousy, there are, you know, different stages. And so I tried to take, I studied a child psychology diploma online, and then the thing that, again, was turning point in my life, an event in Egypt was called the Positive Discipline. I don't know if you have heard about this before or not. There's an author that's called Jean Nelson. She, the author of this book, Positive Discipline, and she has this system or program that designed based on a theory of a researcher or psychologist that's called Adler. You can search it up, and he believes in the need of every human to two things: belonging and significance. Every human being needs to feel belonging, and he also needs to feel important and significant in this world. So she designed a program that has 52 tools to try with our kids in different situations and with different personality types, and it really works. The thing that it's really practical to use, and it's easy to use if you understand it well. So at this event, I really felt that this is the turning point in my life. I from this time I started digging more and took courses and became certified and began giving workshops to the mothers, and everywhere I go I try to spread the information, because I know I touched the results. I saw it. I now know that this is the way, this is the right track that I'm on. I know when I'm out of track or I'm following the right track. So the 52 tools, inshallah, I will try to give them all to you and teach them all to you. I know as a teacher maybe it somehow be a different setting from home or parents, but you can use it in both ways. So the first one that we need to start with is let's discuss our challenges with the kids. What are the challenges? So we can pass by turn, and everyone, or I will give you like 1 minute to think what are the main challenges that you face here with the kids in one word, like they don't listen, they are stubborn. So I will give you like 1 minute to think about the main challenges, and we will list them here. If you want anyone to write. Anyone ready? Oh, you want something?
Yeah, I think so. For me, I feel like the kids, since I have been here like for 7 years and I'm teaching here, I feel like most of the kids, they have the same idea that they are forced and they don't like this school, but just because their parents told them to have to come here.
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like they get bored.
They get bored.
Yeah.
Okay.
Short of attention.
Okay.
Let's just get this.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm not listening, like they constantly interrupt each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else can see any challenges with the kids?
Some of them are emotional.
Emotional?
If they are not answering anything, they just get emotional.
Okay.
Flexibility. Flexibility.
Flexibility. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. What else?
Fighting with other kids.
Okay. Mhm.
Shy.
first time.
Some of them
Some of them are.
You
Yeah.
can hear them when you
Yes,
speak.
Okay.
They love your voices.
Uh-huh.
It's a big knowledge or because they are shy, so.
Okay.
And even the, like, I feel like here, the school, when we give them homework and stuff, they don't take it in considerations, like, it's serious.
Don't take it serious.
Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
that's the,
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
Watching too much social media like iPads, this is a very, yeah,
In the screens.
yeah, especially iPads and laptops. This is a miserable thing. Yeah, at home. Every time they are watching.
I think
And-
another big thing is that children are on different level of preparation and not on the same wave, not on the same page. So someone behind, yeah, you want to really engage with those that are really into the subject, but others who are not prepared, they cannot relate, and that's why they lose interest and they start misbehaving, and others get distracted. So
This is-
here we go, the disorder.
yeah, I feel like it's disrespectful.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, different.
Not
We have
going
to,
for outdoor activities.
Disrespectful and different levels, right?
Yeah, different levels of preparation.
And I have one, I think it's very serious, because this one, I feel like the kids, they are confused, you know, because here we teach them the Islam, our, like the culture, the deen and stuff, and outside, their teacher, they teach them English and stuff, and then they are confused, you know, they are confused, what they have to do, and then how to behave, how they get the right manners in the right time, you know. I think the kids, they are very confused with their culture and
Things are
everything.
very
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
settings,
Different, yeah. They are. I feel like they
people.
are imbalanced. I think that's what I felt like.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Anyone wants to add anything?
Maybe disruptive.
Disruptive. What about following the rules or,
And making noise.
I think for that matter, the parents are at fault for that, I guess, because the school, they take it more seriously, and in a Arabic class, they are not to be told so much. Maybe they take it as a time being, just a time pass. I think that's fault of the parents more here. They stress at the school, they have to be disciplined, they have to be on time and all that. But here, I think
Take
the
it
parents are
less.
not focusing more compared to
Ah,
the kids.
okay.
Because kids are kids, they don't know anything. It's for the parents who feel that.
Okay. Okay, if you want to add anything else, we can add it. It's here. Anyone?
Noises in the classroom.
Noises? Okay. So, we'll get back to the challenges. And now I want you just to close your eyes for 1 minute and imagine with me these kids that you're teaching are coming to visit you after 10 years from now. Just close your eyes and imagine these kids that you've been teaching. Now they are grown up, they are adults after 10 years from now, and they're coming to visit you here in the mosque or at your home. So how do you want them to look like? How do you imagine? What skills do they have? What are the goals that you want to see them achieved? Or we can call it the life skills. recent challenge that you have faced, the challenge that you mentioned here. And let's see another way when we ask themselves the long-term questions, how are we going to deal with it in another point of view? Anyone could share with us any challenging situation?
Following the rules, please.
Following the rules, can you just tell us?
Like we have two kids, I'll talk about one specific thing. So we have two kids, they are brothers and sister, so they are siblings. They usually making trouble with the whole class, like with each other and with the whole class. So they distract the whole class and they get all out of order.
Mhm.
So I don't know how can we handle those two kids.
What did you try?
I try to separate them first. So I make everyone to stay in a spot. But again, they start moving around and around.
Okay.
And I feel like, I want them to pay attention so they gain information. But it ended up that they distract others. So no one gets what I want to explain to them. That first I try to separate them. I try to be kind with them sometimes, speaking individually with each one. I try to give some rewards, kind of. What else? I started giving not a punishment, but I would say warnings, kind of.
And none of them worked?
Well, if it works, it will work for a short period of time, But again, the second week, that happened, the same thing. So I feel like
What do they say when you talk to them, or what's the response?
they usually say, okay, we'll try to not doing that, and they respond, but it ended up they don't do it.
Okay. So we'll keep
Yeah,
in mind
sorry.
this situation. Okay, and we'll try to know. So this is maybe different things that we tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we'll be doing an activity. Okay, and then I'll get back to this situation to try to solve it with this new tool that we learned. Okay. I need you, as I told you, there is something in fast listening. I'll give you a small example. That's 3 different reactions with, for example, with a mother. And every reaction of these have, the mother has a different style of dealing with this. So for example, in breakfast, the mother wants their child to eat. So the first one, she told him, what do you want to eat? And then he will tell her, I don't want to eat. Okay, so she will tell him, okay, what about, do you want eggs, for example? And he will say, no. Okay, do you want cheese? No. Do you want? And she keeps giving him many choices, and then it ends up whether he's not eating or whether she will force him to eat some. Okay, this is the first type, or the style. The second style, the mother will come and she puts a plate of, for example, a cheese or a sandwich, and she tells her son, go eat this. Okay, there's no any choices. She just will force him to eat this. And the third style that we want all of us to apply is giving him 2 choices. She will tell him, okay, it's time to eat right now. We have cheese and we have, for example, eggs. What will you choose? And even if he say, no, I don't want any of these, okay, I know that you like other things, but now we have 2 choices. Which one will you decide? Which one will you choose? So the reaction of the kids after this response will be different, because he felt that he's capable to choose. He has the decision, or he will decide. It's up to him. So the mother respected him, And at the same time, I gave him the two choices. So I'm following through here. I'm still firm because I offered the two choices that I'm able to give. Okay? So to understand this more and try to apply, for example, with the situation, what's your name? Marwa, that Marwa mentioned. First, we need to do this activity. I want us to be divided into two groups, maybe. One group will write down the good points or the strengths of being a kind mother or a kind teacher, a kind parent, and we'll divide it into halves. Okay, the first half will be the positive things about being a kind, and the negatives or the weakness points about being like too kind. Okay, and the other group will write the positive things about being a firm parent or teacher, and the negative or the weakness points that having for being too firm with the kid. So that's
So firm and too firm, or firm and
yeah.
not
So
firm?
positives of being firm and negatives of being too firm, and positive of being kind and negatives of being too kind. So we'll just split in. Give you like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, for
What
10
time
minutes.
is this alone? Okay. We can, maybe we can move the chairs in a circle or something that to see each other.
Oh, fine.
Okay, positive things of being kind with students, with your children.
They see you as a friend.
Yeah, they see you as a
See
friend.
you as friends.
Yeah. But they don't take you serious. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When you are,
Maybe
that's
the
really
negative.
negative.
This is, you can put
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
negative. You can put it in the negative.
you
that
can
you
write it
can-
down. They take you as weak.
See you as
They see
They won't
you.
take you serious, yeah, that's the right word.
Yeah, they won't take you serious because
Don't take you serious.
being kind is like being weak for them. I think it's everywhere in society. When you're kind, they think you're weak. Yeah.
serious, yeah? They trust you.
Maybe efficient?
It's like a close relationship.
Maybe efficient, yeah, for positive?
Always respect you. They
won't
don't always respect you. They don't always.
But they won't, they can walk away from you. They're not afraid of you.
Like the ones respected.
They respect you sometimes.
Negative,
Depends on the.
You can say that I'm not going to follow the
Yeah,
rules.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's the best.
They deny.
They give you attitude.
They don't care.
Yeah, they want you. They give you attitude.
Resentment,
Yeah,
maybe?
sometimes like
Friends,
friends, sometimes you know, and sometimes they give you like.
Yeah,
And
moody.
you see like, you see-
Yeah, like moody. Yeah, moody and.
Yeah, give you attitude.
They will do whatever they want. They will do whatever, they can walk with you.
Maybe increase the resentment?
I think it's best word. It's like, I saw that a lot.
I think they will not follow the rules when you are very kind.
This is for the,
You're very-
You're being more firm. It's okay. Nothing is is good or bad. But stand. If you're feeling that you're more firm, you can stand here, and if you're feeling you're more kind, you can stand on this side.
and if we feel like we are between. Because I feel like, no,
Are you sure? Okay. I will need someone to read the positives of being kind, and then the negative.
Okay, the positive of kindness. They love you. They see you as friend. They trust you. Feel connected. Feel comfortable. Role model.
Okay. Let's read first maybe the positive of being firm. Anyone can read?
Discipline, job is done for the moment. Mannered, efficient.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what about being too kind? If I'm focusing on just being kind all the time, what are the negatives? Anyone can read?
Okay, negative from kindness. Don't take you serious. Give you attitude. Not following rules.
Okay. And what about the other side?
Negative from us. There shouldn't be any negatives.
Are you sure?
No, actually, if you look, there are more negatives than
Many,
positives.
Like makes sense. Less positive for firmness, like more positive for kindness.
Good observation,
That
yes,
makes
very
sense.
good,
It
very
does.
good.
Yeah.
But the negatives are reluctant.
Mhm.
This is all applied to the child, of course.
Yes.
Don't care attitude,
Mhm.
increased resentment,
Mhm.
not bold or shy, destroy personality, I guess being too firm, no space for expression.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So if we looked here, you would find that if I am being kind and firm at the same time, this will lead me to the goals that I'm seeking. And if I'm sometimes only kind or sometimes only firm, this will lead to more challenges, to the challenges side. And this will get us back to the long-term goals and the short-term goals. And also, the thing is, how am I being kind and firm at the same time? This is the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we are back, for example, for the situation of the food for the mother of offering her child the food, she will acknowledge the kid's feeling. Then she will make sure that she's consistent and follow through with him. So I have to have the same things at the same time in the same situation. Not being only kind or not being only firm will solve this. So for example, for Marwa's situation, how do you think we can apply to be kind and firm and to how to validate the feelings of the kids that maybe they are bored, they are not interested into this. So this is how they feel. And how to get them be following what I'm saying and focusing with what I'm saying. So what could be the statement here, or what could be the response of Marwa? Think with me. If she has a brother and sister now and they are playing around and causing chaos and what should she say to them? To be kind and firm at the same time.
Yeah.
I think what he said earlier, to give them limited choices and ask them to choose between this or that. But
Okay.
give them some choices,
Mhm.
to both, more than one,
Mhm.
and allow them to choose.
Okay, this could be one, yeah. So limited choices could be one. Can apply to the kind and firm style. What else?
Yeah, I think she has to apply both of them, kindness and firmness.
Yeah.
And
So
It's
yeah.
challenging, by
Yeah.
the way. This is challenging.
All right. So I validate their feeling. The feelings validation is really important so that you get the connection of being kind. So you said here feeling connected or trust you or love you, so they will listen afterwards. That's what we call connection before correction. You can learn this new expression. Yeah. So we have to connect and validate their feelings first, and then we can follow through by giving them a choice or saying what we want. So we want them to listen first, and how they will listen by connecting to them, by validating their feelings. So for example, you can tell them, I know that you are feeling bored, I know that you're not feeling interested in this, and we need to continue the session, for example. And I want you to tell me how to continue this. You can also instill the problem solving here. You can give them the problem to solve. And they are very smart. If you do this, they will tell you the solution. And if you applied his solution or her solution, she will be feeling capable, and she will sit and listen to you because you applied her, her choice or her solution. So this is another way of being kind and firm. And as we go through inshallah, the course, you will learn more and more tools to apply this, inshallah. Thank you. Let's continue to the other thing. Warm-up activity. Okay, I want you to sit in pairs beside each other. Okay, I guess you are already sitting like this. No, I will say some statements to Marwa. Can we have around just to know your names first? Sorry.
Alfia.
Alfia. Marwa.
Shasta.
Shasta.
Juliet.
Nasiba. Mali. Okay. Okay, now I will say some sentences to Alfia and some statements in another way to Marwa, and we'll process their feelings and thinking after that. And you just focus with okay. Keep. I just talk and you just process your feelings, what you think, okay? What you feel and what you think, okay? So, clean up your room. What do we do during cleanup times? You have to go for to be ready for the nap time. What do you need to be ready for the nap time? Oh, don't hit him. How do we touch our friends? How can you help them feel better? Okay. Go wash your hands. What do you do with your hands after you go to the bathroom? Okay. Put the dishes in the okay. Yeah. Put your dishes in the kitchen. Okay. Where do your dishes go after you finished your eating? Okay. So have you got the difference? See now. I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Okay. So every time you talk with your kids, or with every tool we do something, that we always think about or talk about our feeling, our thinking, and our decision. Because the feeling will lead to the thinking, and the thinking will lead to the behavior, or how do you react, or what to decide to react, to do afterwards. So while I was talking to Afia, how did you feel? Did you feel bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it made me like.
What did you think of yourself or of me?
Yeah, that you're too demanding, too commanding.
It's like you're in military.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like my opinion doesn't matter. Like you treat as if I don't know what to do next. Like I have as if I don't have a head on my shoulders.
Oh, that's great. I have to hear this. Okay. What did you decide? You will do what I'm asking for?
Oh, I don't want to do anything.
I don't want to do anything.
I'm left with no option.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe I will do it, but
Maybe
I'm not
maybe if you
good
feel
at-
forced, it depends on the child's personality. If he is the kind of that he will be afraid, so he will do it because not to be punished, for example. And if he is the kind of that he'll be, stubborn, or feel resentment, or he will not do. He will say no, or he will just do anything, or get revenge, or even, okay? So let's see more. How are you feeling?
So it's better, I would say, or good,
Mhm.
as you give me some decision that I can take, you know.
Mhm.
Like I have to think what is
Mhm.
I need to do after whatever the activity is.
Okay, yeah,
Like I have
so
to
you
decide.
You have to
I feel like I
decide, you have to think.
So I have my
Yeah.
head.
Yes, yeah, that's fine. Okay, and what did you start to do after that?
I think I'll do it, because it's feeling responsible for those things, because I took the decision. Or the way you say it makes me feel that I'm taking the decision, you know, someone telling me what to do.
Yeah,
I
so
think
that
that's
tool we call asking versus telling. So anyone, even us, if someone comes to you this way and just tell you an order and command you, you will feel that you don't want to listen to the rest of the sentence. So you don't want to cooperate. And on the other side, if you are talking as a question, as a choice, so the asking tool is very, very something that you can use and easy, and an easy way to practice, not hard for you to just turn the statement otherwise and make it a question that they will feel more listened to, they will feel cooperated. I guess it will have, they will feel responsible, as you said. They need to decide, so I have to do what I decide. Okay, so this is another tool that we do today. And also, if you think about it, this is a kind and firm that you have asked them. So you have give them the choices to answer. Okay. Okay. Do you see the feeling chart? There is a small chart. Maybe it's not colorful. It should be like this. Okay, this is another thing, the list of feelings. It's really, really important for us and for the kids to know how to label or name their feelings. What do I feel right now? That's why we always ask about the feeling. Let's imagine any situation. I want you to recall or remember that the latest situation that you were so stressed, so angry, and how did you feel? How did you feel about this situation? How did you react about this situation? You were so angry. You don't have to know the situation, but we need to know the feeling or get it back. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I cry, I pray, and I sleep.
Okay. Well, you crying, did you feel, before crying, did you feel like any changes in your body, like heart beats faster, or do you feel like breathing slowly or harder, or faster also?
No, because I was not
Or just
angry, I
cry.
was stressed.
You were under stress?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just cry?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you.
Does it matter whether you're a boy or a girl?
No?
It doesn't.
You mean by crying for a boy or a
No,
girl?
by reacting to anger. React to anger.
Under being angry, it depends on the personality, I guess, not the gender. Yeah. Anyone wants to share with us anything?
I think nervous. I was like nervous, yeah.
How did you feel? How did you react? Did you yell, shout, or maybe?
Yeah,
What
maybe
did you
you're yelling at someone that you can't yell at. It's like, because you can't yell in front of anybody, but yeah, that was part of it. So I was really nervous, yeah.
I walk away. When
Walk
I'm
away.
angry, I have to walk away because I cannot sometimes control myself. I better walk away and then analyze what happens to me.
Yeah, okay.
I think I keep shouting at everything. for unnecessary reasons,
Yes.
whether it's family or kids or whatever,
Yeah.
husband, family, kids, everything goes out of fire.
Yeah, okay. So let's see what happens to our brain when we are really angry or under so much stress or have negative feelings. If we do like this, we imagine that this is our brain. So if you can do like what I'm doing, yeah. So this is, we call it the palm, the brain in the palm of your hand. So the brain is divided into many sections. One of the sections, this part, we call it the like emotional brain or the midbrain, and this is responsible for all the emotions. This is responsible for all the memories you have, for all, whether it's good or bad. So this part is totally emotions and memories, okay? And this part, they said, I guess it's the cortex. Yeah. This part is responsible for the automatic body functions like the breathing, the heartbeats that happens automatically every minute. And this part, we call the prefrontal cortex. This is the part that has the logical brain, that has the thinking, that has the decisions that you can make while you are in a good state, you know, the logical state. So normally, when we, for example, now we're neutral. We're not angry. We don't have any negative feelings. So this is how the brains look like. But I want you to imagine the same situation in like you were under so much stress. You are very angry about something. You had a bad day at work or at home or with anyone any friends, for example. You had a fight with someone. What happens that you flip your lid. We call it like this. You flip your lid so that the thing that is responsible now is the emotional brain, the midbrain, that's responsible for all your emotions. So he is what's driving you now, the emotion. So being angry, that's why when you will notice that when you're angry, sometimes your heart beats fast, you're breathing, you can't breathe sometimes, sometimes you want to run, you want to walk away, and sometimes you want to fight. So we call it the flight and fight response. Some people tend to just walk away, and some people tend to, no, I want to face this and I want to fight right now. So it depends on the personality also. The thing that we need to do you think that if we are in this state, we will be able to problem solve? No, of course. If we are, me and my kid, for example, and we are both now like this, now what will happen? We can't.
Disaster.
Yeah, disaster, yeah, crisis. Yeah, so now we are both in emotional states. Yeah, and everyone is thinking of, bad memories, for example, come, and emotions, and everything is mixed. So I can't problem solve anything. I can't talk, logically. I can do things that I can regret later. So we need, at this time, when we flip our lids, what we need to do is we want to get back to the normal state and the logical state. So we need to take a time out. And that's how we have a new expression for the positive discipline here. We call it cooling off or positive time out. Not the naughty corner, not the naughty chair. If you imagine with me, if my kid is in this state and I told him, go to your room and think of what you have done, what he will do?
He's not gonna listen.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna listen.
Yeah, he's not going to listen. Or he will think about, continue.
He's not gonna listen,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't take your order in considerations, and then he said, whatever.
Yeah. Or maybe he will think about himself in a bad way. I'm a bad person, depending on the personality, as we said. Or he will just don't care, as you said. I don't care. Why do you do it? Why do you treat me like this? Why do you just tell me go to this room and you don't feel what I feel? And he will be feeling hurt maybe. So this will not solve anything. So what we want to do now, that we take a time out just to get back to our logical brain so that we can talk to each other, we can communicate and see what's wrong, and but before doing this we have to relax and do something that to cool off. So there are many things to do to cool off, right? As sometimes we go walking, sometimes we as Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salam, he said, when you're angry, just make wudu, or if you're sitting, you can stand up. If you're standing up, you can walk.
Yeah.
So just make different things that to change the state that you are in. So what do you think else? What else could we do to cool off?
This is we can do it like as mother. We can do it because when you're home, you have time to do this. But I think here as teacher, I feel like you try to teach yourself how to ignore this, because this is what you have to feel like.
If you are feeling angry, yeah. Okay.
I try to ignore what they are saying because this is my role. What I have to do. Because here I don't have time to go make wudu and left the kids. And I told them, yeah, I can do that. I can make the...
No, let's talk about here because we need something that could
here,
be practical.
Here, like, I have a lot of things like that, but what I do, I try to ignore. At that moment, I ignore what they are saying. I pass, talk to other kids, and then come back to him or come back to her.
What do you think? Are you all able to ignore, or sometimes no, I can't ignore it. I need to do something.
Yeah, but you have to teach yourself, you know.
Yeah, it depends on the percent. Maybe you can ignore. Yeah,
No, it's not. I can. I have to teach myself.
have to
If I want to take this,
I know.
This is what I force myself to
to
be.
just be calm.
Yeah.
But isn't this stressing you sometimes?
No, I feel so good.
You can do.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good because
Good one.
and then I calm myself, and then even the Sister Mother, she saw me how when sometimes I get mad, and then I calm myself and then come back and then it's fine.
Actually, she handles it very well, mashallah.
Yeah.
What else? What can you do?
Well, sometimes you can ignore, or like you can sacrifice by yourself. But how about other kids?
If they
Because
are
they're
mad,
going to do the same. I don't talking about the older age. I'm talking about that age between 7 to 8. Because they will see something that happened that looks like discipline. So they will do the same, and it's going to be the rule that misbehave.
okay.
You know, and if you ignore, in my opinion, I can't ignore. Okay, but again, that will happen again and again and again, and that will harm all the rights for the kids. Like the kids that will not follow you.
So
Maybe in those.
Yeah.
age, I'm not talking
So what about
those.
if the kids themselves are mad, not only you? What can we do about it?
Because I don't know if I'm right or not. You can correct me. Because I feel like if you follow them, the kids, especially I think the younger, if you follow them, and then everyone they're gonna say, oh, we got the attention of teachers, and they're gonna do the same thing. I feel like they are, they say, oh, this kid is smart. He gets attention from his teacher, and I'm gonna do that same thing, and we can do all together. They are smart. Kids, they are smart. But
They imitate each other.
Exactly. Yes. I feel like they say, oh, I catch you. You know how I get your nervous.
Attention.
I don't know if it's.
So do you think we have another solution for cooling off, whether the kids are mad, so we need them to settle down and listen? What do you think could be a cooling off
You seek
strategy?
refuge. You seek refuge.
How's that? Okay,
Until
you
you
can
calm
teach
down.
them this, right? Yeah.
But for the kids, I think for the kids you can give them something to occupy them for that moment, and then I think
Just distract them.
don't distract them from what they're doing, and then give them something. Or let's. What did you do? Show me your work. Example.
Yeah.
To distract them.
Yeah,
Could
change the
be.
subject.
Yeah, to change the
Yeah.
subject, and then he
Could be
can.
one of the solutions. Yeah. Okay.
Change this, yeah.
We can also teach them that we have this corner, for example, for cooling off. If you're feeling now angry or have negative feelings or you are mad, you can sit here and relax. We can have some little toys or stories or something. But for example, you have 2 to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and you can come back. So this, I'm not sure if this works or not, but
they will like that.
all of them will come back.
They will join all together.
Okay, maybe you can do a warm-up activity. There's, as you said, distract them and get them on track again.
And then in public school here, they do the time up, They say, okay, go to the chair when they are younger.
Yeah,
Go to the
yeah,
chair,
great.
think. No, they say think.
That
It's
is
what you
cool
did
down
is
cool.
right or not.
Yeah.
Just think. And for a few minutes, and then they say to them, come back, and after think just for a few minutes, and then come back. Because I worked with here
with
in
the
public school with,
Yeah,
with the
cool
teachers.
down cool.
Yeah, I saw them one day,
Yeah.
the kids, they distract. They said, the teacher said to him, okay, you can go to the corner or could
Just
they have a
whatever,
smart chair
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah.
And think, just I want you to think. And then it's like, think, did I did the right thing or not? And then come back.
Come back and.
And then sometimes it works.
Yeah, I
Sometimes
felt
it
yeah.
works.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Cool
what,
down
how
corner.
can we
There is
call
a
this?
cool
Cool
down
down
corner at my home.
Mhm.
thinking corner.
Okay.
We also applied them for Fahad, yeah.
Small
Maybe you
game.
can, yeah, what you said?
Small game.
Small game. Yeah, right. Okay.
I think competition, I won't say a competition like it's like asking a question and trying to find someone to answer that question past this. And there's a small reward. That could work or not. This is a question.
So maybe we'll take it later, not this session, but we don't agree with rewards. For the positive discipline, they don't follow the reward or punishment thing. So we do like the problem solving or the corner, like we said, thinking corner, but they don't reward because we'll say it later. Yeah. But you know, he will always want something in order to be quiet or in order to just keep his manners or just be quiet. Yeah. So we always
no
want
rewards,
more.
okay,
Yeah. Or maybe sometimes the competition, kids feel bad if they didn't win anything or take anything. So it will make the other kids don't feel well. So sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, I guess these are good options that you can use. Or maybe you can try this week and next week, inshallah, we can discuss what worked and what not. Also, we can hang like one of the feeling charts and keep it beside us. And when some of the kids, you know, we can ask them, how do you feel now? And he can choose from them. There are many list of feelings on Google if you Google it. There are some simple ones only have some faces and some that has more complicated feelings. So it depends on the age, you can use them. Sometimes just saying what he or she's feeling just relieves them. Okay? So, and you can also teach them what I told you now, the brain, how it works and how do we feel and how do we want all of us to be now back to the logical state. So we can sometimes, I can write them down. We can do the breathing technique. I'm not sure if you heard about it. Yeah. Okay, so we can do it together now. Like inhale, like counting to 4. Inhale like 4 times. Then pause for 2, 1, 2. And exhale from your mouth for 6. 1, 2, 3. So if you do this like couple of times or 2 to 3 times, they will feel better and you will also feel better if you are stressed. Another thing, also the counting, the backward counting. You can use like, let's count now from 20 to 1, not 1 to 20, because you will use your brain now to distract them from the bad mood to the neutral one. So you will have to work on it. So you have to 20, 19, not automatic like 1, 2, 3, you know it already. So they will also be distracted and, you know, cool off. Okay, so this is another tool, understanding your brain. Now we want to go into the child behavior.
By the way, we do the grading at the assembly time, the children grade first.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
good.
part of the assembly is to read.
To have some, yeah, that's okay, now the psychologist or the psychiatrist found that every kid always thinks or asks himself 3 questions. The first question is, who am I? He starts, you know, the self-image. They started, I'm good, I'm bad. He's thinking of what happens every day, all of the situations, he's asking himself, who am I? I'm a good, I'm a bad, I'm a lazy, I'm active, he is now forming a picture or image about himself. The second question is what the world looks like, what others looks like, the environment looks like. Is the world is fair place to live in? Is a bad place, good place? What's happening, okay? And the third thing, he asked himself, what should I do to survive and thrive? How to be belonging here and how to feel significant. And that's the part of the behavior. So that's why sometimes we see kids behave in a certain way because they believe that they have to do this to feel belonging and to feel significant. They have to act this way. So they found that there are 4 types of misbehavior. Most of kids do one of these 4 behaviors and react accordingly. And we learned that through this behavior, he is sending us actually a coded message that we need to translate and understand and act in another way to correct this wrong behavior, or wrong belief that caused this behavior. So to understand this more, we will need to role play. We need to divide to 4 groups. One will be the teacher now in our case, and one will be the kid. So I need like 8 persons or 8 volunteers to act. I'll give you the scenarios, it's ready. So who's in? You're together? Okay. Okay, this is the scene.
Mr. Abdurrahman.
You choose. See 4 scenes now, and we'll talk about each scene, and the others will interact through how did you feel, how did you think, and what did you decide.
I'm gonna take my.
Okay, are you ready?
Waiting.
Okay.
They know I am.
Okay.
So you want to be,
Yeah, I'll be a
naughty child.
So Mara is the teacher?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to be the
She is
teacher.
the teacher.
So, well, I would like to ask you about my 2 kids that are misbehaving in the class. What do you think that we should do with them?
I'm bored. I'm bored. Can we play another game,
Come on,
please?
honey, would you just wait for a minute?
No, let's go home.
So, I'm going to sort of use your opinion to solve this problem with them.
Seeing them.
I'm bored. Can we go home?
Oh, just a second, honey, okay. So, also, I want to ask you about the curriculum. Is there any changes in the curriculum?
What can we do? How long? How long should I wait? Can we go home?
Yeah.
See what they're doing.
Try to bother her.
She's having too much
Grab the water.
Can we go?
She wants to do something else. Okay, just 5 minutes. To your morning.
No.
Okay.
So, what do you think we should go next?
Okay, thank you. Okay, both of you are so quiet.
Yeah, you have to raise your voice.
Okay, let's ask the child. I guess this happens a lot, that a child interrupts you and keep like grabbing your hand or something. He wants to ask. Okay, let's talk about the feeling of the child. You want something and she's not listening to you.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah. I feel bored. I feel like bored, yeah.
Okay.
alone
Situation with your kids.
Yeah, left alone.
So like
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, okay.
This scenario I see them. Okay, and after that we will go to Dunkin' Donut.
Okay, thinking? What were you thinking?
What we are thinking.
To do something else. Thinking about going somewhere else. Like, thinking that it's time to go.
Like you think she doesn't care, or
Yeah.
like she, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
She's not listening to you, you should.
Yeah. So, kind of.
What do you think if you were in her place?
I think
Child.
you may think about the ways to make us pay attention to what he's
Disrupt maybe?
Yeah.
If I was a mother, I would say my child I'm the boss. No, my mother is nobody else's thing. She can't have her attention anywhere except me. As a mother,
I want her attention. Okay. So what will you decide?
To bother.
Bother more.
Keep bothering. Or misbehave, to make her pay more attention.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think the message here the child wants to tell the teacher or the mother?
I'm here.
Get to
I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's notice me and involve me usefully. So she wants to be noticed. She wants to feel more belonging and more significant. So she's doing this, and she believes this is we call it a mistaken belief. She believes that with attention, with seeking attention all the time, she will be feeling belonging. She will feel important. She will feel significant. So that's why she keeps bothering more and more and disrupting and having these kind of behaviors. But the real message is, what should we do now? We should notice her. We should use her involve her usefully. I want you to test out this to understand more. Okay, we have 4 rows. Because we have another alternatives to do. Now, if we think again of the same situation happening, what are the other things to do? What are alternatives to do to apply to this situation? What can I do?
For the kid or for the mother?
Not the teacher. The teacher is in control, not the child. The child is trying to misbehave and trying to grab her attention. What should I do now? I'm the teacher. I'm the parent. But what should I do now? After learning this, after learning that she wants me to notice her, she wants me to involve her in something. What can you do in this situation now after learning this?
I can give her attention for a while.
So what will you do
Or
as
can
model,
involve
for
her,
example?
for example. What is the topic that you're seeing, for example, hard, that you can understand? Maybe, would you tell teacher, Sarah, that we have a problem in whatever X, Y, Z? I could ask her to be
You ask
like
her.
part of the conversation.
Okay, this is a good thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
say.
We can, do you have extra papers? Okay, I can read.
What parents do nowadays is just give the phone,
Oh, you
right?
can click on it.
Give the phone so that the child will get distracted.
So, okay, if you can see here from this paper, the last one, number 8, the last part, the first row. So we can redirect by involving the child in a useful task to gain useful attention. We can say, for example, I love you, or I care about you, and will spend time with you later, or after 5 minutes. I guess it did something similar. You have to avoid special service that you just keep, I don't know if you understand this, like doing something specially for her, because she will be doing this again and again, because she knew that she will do something special for her, not for the other kids.
Like, don't give her the phone.
For example, in your situation. Say it only once and then act. For example, you say that I will do blah blah blah, and then if she didn't, okay, you will not. You may ignore. Okay. Have faith in child to deal with feelings. You don't have to rescue her. You don't have to fix it right now. Okay, because she will keep seeking attention. Plan special time. You can tell her that after the class we can play together for 5 or 10 minutes together, for example, to have a quality time. Set up routines, like agree before the session starts, we can make a routine for the session today. 1, 2, 3. We will, for example, we will explain the Arabic, then we will do blah blah blah, and have them, tell you what is the routine. Have them agree with you on the guidelines or the routines on how the class will be managed today, for example. Engage the child in the problem solving. Ask her what can I do now? I have to ask my colleague for something. What should I do now? You want me to do blah 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 with you, for example. Use meetings. This will explain later. The class meetings. Ignore. Like touch, like you can hug her, you can just, and then she will feel relaxed. Okay, you can ignore, touch without words, and set up non-verbal signals. Like sometimes a certain look, or a certain, wave or something, she'll understand that you have to do something and get back to her. Okay, so these are all of them alternatives depending on the situation that you are in and depending on the personalities that you can see among the children, that you can act on one of them. Okay, so thanks for the first team. Who's the second scenario? You are scene number 2 or 3? 3.
I'm the child. I'm just doing as the teacher. I'm just drawing something on my own without listening.
With the paper, right?
Okay. I'll just take this paper.
Baby, please come to the other class. It's time to go to the next class. No? So we will do this later on. This class is very colorful, okay? Come with me. I will give you stars there. There are beautiful pictures.
But I want to do the drawing. This is so nice.
I will show beautiful pictures there. I will give you more stars there. Please come.
Let me finish this first.
Oh, it's time to go now. Please come.
Are you wrong or not?
No, I'm not going to listen to it.
She's so kind of her.
Yeah.
Patient.
Okay, let's. So we're starting with the child. I forgot to ask how did you feel until you had the.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Do you want me to come back?
Okay, no problem.
Oh, I would say just one word. It's distracted.
Distracted.
Yeah. I missed the point. Why?
Yeah.
What
What
do
do
say?
I have to
What
say?
say?
Yes, yes. Okay, so let's start with the child. So how did you feel?
I just felt like because I was forced to do something which I didn't want to.
Okay. What were you thinking? Sorry.
Why can't I do the thing what I'm already started with? This is so exciting. I don't know if the other thing would be so interesting as it was.
And what did you decide? Will you go or not?
I don't think the rewards were so. I don't know what was happening. So I was forced to do it without any option.
Okay. So you go. This also depends on the child, but in this case, he will not go. Most probably, he won't go. What about you? Yeah. How did you feel?
Child is not cooperating.
But I guess this is the thinking. What's the feeling? If you look at the chart of the feeling, you can choose one of them. Like Okay. Challenge. And you think that? You were saying thinking about
giving the reward.
you want something just to get. Okay, and what will you decide?
Forget this for the next activity.
Oh, okay, he wants her just to draw her attention to another thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what if she didn't listen to you and she insisted that she won't come? What will you do?
I think she will come.
You're optimistic. Okay. Okay, so some kids won't come. Some kids will want. They don't want to feel forced and shit. Yeah? So, what do you think is the message here of the child? He is misbehaving and he doesn't want to follow what you're saying. He doesn't want to listen to you.
He's stubborn. That's the kind of the child is stubborn.
Okay, this is a kind, but what is the message he's delivering, and we have to, uncode this message.
That he's the boss, not
He's the boss, yeah.
Yeah, so
He has
this
his
is,
own rules.
so this is the mistaken belief now. He believed, now, he has a belief, and it's a wrong one, that I have to be the boss in order to belong and survive in this world. So I have always to be in control. So, and you can see this in grown-ups too. Sometimes we have to control everything to just feel good. So this is a wrong belief that not all the times we have to be the boss or in control. So that's why he will be misbehaving and doesn't want to be forced, and you will feel that he's stubborn. So the message here that he wants to deliver actually is, let me help and give me choices. Because she was like interested or so focused on the drawing, for example, that she's doing and happy with it. And I just want her to just go another thing without appreciating, for example, what she's doing or giving her choices. So what can we do in this situation after we know this? If we repeat back this situation, and now I know that she wants me to give her some choices, she wants me to let her help in deciding. What can we do with her? What can we tell her?
You can ask
To
her,
come
I
help
need
me?
your help. Would you please ask your,
To come help me?
yeah, come and help me. Would you ask your classmates to come over for the
Yeah,
class?
because these kind of kids have some leadership skills that you can
Sure.
make her, let them help you.
Teacher help.
Yeah,
Teachers.
Let them, give them a task to do that they can feel that they are also.
Yeah, my son was, when he was young, he was like that. He wanted to be like control everything. In school, public, in school. And then his teacher, I told you, she was my friend, and his teacher. And then she told me, well, I noticed that he was like that. All the time I give him the stuff like to help me, the
Yeah,
charge
let me
to
help.
bring this to principal.
Yeah.
And then he was fine. And he listened to her, he loves her, he do everything what she said. Just because she was
Yeah, she understood what does he want. What's the message?
and now he's in the university.
MashaAllah. Yeah, so that's what we want to do. If you find this kind of children that you have in your class, you will give him a task to do, to help you.
Yeah, that's
Please,
right.
I need your help in this. Give them some limited choices, as we said. Do you want to do this and you also can validate the drawing that you, what a drawing, let me see, so that she will feel that you are interested also in what she's doing, and then tell her that, what do you think if we want to go, for example, the other class, okay? So this is the second. Yeah, I wanted to tell you something. Who will be the choice? Actually, okay, to tell you something.
I missed to be trying.
Okay, I forgot to Okay, we're ready?
You are already playing.
Yeah, I am.
What?
Yeah, I am.
Where it says the team wants to play a certain game, the mentor says you can.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Tell me I want to play.
I want to play now.
You can.
Yes, I can.
She wants to play. I don't like that.
Also, it's just an act, not your real, I know. Not the real you.
I see you.
See this?
You don't want to?
It's interesting, isn't
You
it?
see this?
Do you want to?
That's what you do.
Do you want to reverse props? She doesn't want. She doesn't feel that she can do it. But you gotta.
I don't like people scolding me neither.
Just replay.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't like
But sometimes it happens.
Not to me. Okay.
Can you start playing, please?
No, you shouldn't.
You're not acting the scene, yeah? You don't want to act, it's okay. If you don't want to act,
Okay,
say something else. Someone,
Okay, okay.
if she doesn't want to act.
Mr. Abdurrahman.
Yeah, Mr. Abdurrahman.
Yes. Please go on to
Let me, yeah.
We need brothers to and
You do, can do it.
What is the play about?
It's the team wants to play game, and then it doesn't supposed to be. And then this has happened all the time. Well, and then all the time in class, the kids want to play the games, and then you are explain to them, and then they start to learn. Oh my God, did you hear about this?
you can.
And I'm supposed to say.
And you will,
Act, just act the role.
yes,
No.
if you're the teacher, for example, you may take it for you for your.
No.
We show you the page, then you will understand.
No, I'm better at being stubborn.
Yeah.
You want to be Okay, so what are you doing?
Hang on.
No, you can't play. You can't play now.
But I'm just checking something.
You're not good enough to play, I know. You can't play.
But this is really fun. I already with top 5.
No, give me this.
Can you give me a second, please?
I will take this. Give me the
Yeah, that's
Hold on, hold on.
No,
Okay, I'm just gonna finish now.
No, you can do this.
Let me just finish.
No, you can. I will take it. I can say just turn it back.
Don't stop.
You should do this.
Do that.
Yeah, okay. This is yours. Thank you.
Whose fault is this?
He will take with a very nice stubborn child. Yeah, he's very good.
And then it happens all the time.
Are you a child?
All the time. You said that in class.
Yeah. So what we need from this see that many children will reply back to you. They can say you are mean, you are bad, you are whatever. They will hurt you back. They will take revenge. So what do you think the belief here, the mistaken belief? Does he feel belonging? No.
No.
No. Not connected, not belonging, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's thinking that I will belong. Sorry, I don't think I belong, so I'll hurt others as I feel hurt. I can be liked or loved.
It's like
Okay.
revenge.
Yeah, okay, this is it. So this is it. The child goal is revenge, to get even. So he may do something to disrupt the whole class. He will, if you I just grabbed the mobile or the cell phone from him like this, he's hurting. So the message here, the coded message here that he wants to send you and to tell you that I am hurt. Please validate my feelings. This is the message here. I'm hurt. Yeah, I feel hurt. Please validate my feelings. So how can I validate his feelings now? He was so interested in the game and playing and doesn't want to. What do you think? What can we do?
Maybe I could ask him what game are you interested in. I feel like I show some interest about the game that he's playing, and I may tell him, like, for example, that someone I know that likes this game and it's very interesting. Which level are you? Like maybe after the class. Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
For me, no.
So you will offer him that you can play with him, you mean, after the class?
Not play with him, like we
Or
can
like
discuss
discuss
later
about it,
yeah,
about the
maybe
game.
this is
I'm
a nice
interested to
game,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, could be.
I don't know, for me, he doesn't have to have his gadgets with him. Like it's a rules, but he has it.
If it happens, you know, it could not be the every time the cell phone. It could be any other thing, you know. Just keep, yeah, he keeps doing anything, misbehaving in any way, and he wants to get revenge. I know. Now we said that he doesn't belong. He doesn't feel belong. So what we want to know to work on now that to connect first, as we said, connection. Here comes the connection before correction, because we want him to feel belonging first. We want him to feel connected to you, and we want to show love and care, and then we will come to the next step to correct. We want to come up with win-win situation. We can offer some alternatives. It depends on the situation.
But if he's acting like the
Brother, yeah.
he's like, I don't know,
Like
should I send him to principal maybe?
Uh,
Should I send him to a principal?
Do you think this would solve the problem?
I don't, not every time. Not every time.
I think it's, because he doesn't listen and he's disturbing the class.
Exactly.
And he doesn't feel like he belongs. And now he's wasting, the time.
Yeah.
And I think it happens once, and then I sent the kid, you know that once, and then I sent the kid to you. But he was disturbing, and then I said, okay.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel that we have to have some levels. Don't go to the upper level, like don't, whatever happens, just send it to the principal, you know? I feel like if we have a level, make it higher, make it the last option.
The last option, yeah.
Because if we going to use the last option every time, they're
But
not gonna feel
But
any.
imagine if the kid he's doing, and this is true, what he did, brother, he did like, he's like,
Yeah, it's
Insisting.
Yeah.
They all insist.
and then maybe the principal, he's gonna calm him down, and then after we can
But
talk.
after all, he has to come back to you.
Yeah.
And you are the
But
one that
after
are supposed to
I
connect.
can,
Yeah, I
after
understand.
I can connect with him, I talk to him, and we
Yeah.
can go, but at that
Sometimes
moment,
it affects.
because something after when he does that, and the kids, they are attention, they are doing the same, and then it's like,
They're like distracting
it's
others.
like,
So it's a form of extreme punishment, I guess, where the child sees that they don't want to go or not be subjected to be punished in that form or that way.
Actually, we don't use punishment at all, but we have like a consequence. But also with this type, with this kid, we don't have to use punishment. We need to do the opposite. We need him to feel so that he feels belonging to this place.
But what
I
will
need to-
make him feel belonging? Like,
Let's read the last.
Okay.
Yeah, so it says that acknowledge hurt feelings. For example, if I tell him, if I said anything that could be not good to him or made him feel bad about himself, I have to apologize. It doesn't have to be in front of the kids, but you can take him aside and tell him, oh, I guess I was wrong of telling you that blah, blah, blah. For example, if I said any mean word or something bad, I need to acknowledge his hurt feelings. I can say like, I feel that you're not feeling good. Are you not feeling good? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling, you know, just try to open a discussion with him that how do you feel, and I can feel what you feel. Don't take behavior personally. It doesn't mean to hurt you, you know. Avoid punishment and retaliation. Build trust. So you need to build trust. You can give him things to help you, as we said sometimes. You can ask his opinion in things so he feels that it's important to you to listen. You can listen to him. I guess listening is the key here. Use reflective listening. Share your feelings as well. You can take him aside and tell him, you know what, I need to, you know, teach blah blah blah, and we don't have a lot of time. So how do you think the class can be managed better than that? How do you think I can explain while you are making some noise or you're not paying attention? What do you think we can do? So you are taking his opinion as well. Apologize if you just said something that hurt him. Show you care. Act, don't talk. Sometimes you can just know what you were going to do and do it, but not by talking. Encourage the strengths. Always, encourage his strengths. If he does anything that's good, just focus on this good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that you have improved your writing, for example. You have improved your health. So just focus on the strengths that you see in him. Just try, even if he can sit like, for example, for one moment quiet. Oh, I appreciate that you're sitting quiet, for example. Put kids in the same boat. As I told you, you can tell them the problem and let them solve it. What if you are in my place? Come and you'll be the teacher. What should you do in this, for example, setting? And use the class meeting. The class meeting you can take later and talk about that. You can make a small meeting with the kids and agree on the goals for the next week that we want to do. We have a challenge now, for example, not listening, or just you keep distracting. There are distractions in the class. We need to work. What do you think we can do to solve this problem and agree on one solution after brainstorming? This is the meeting. And then after that, you choose this solution and apply it for the rest of sessions. And also you can do something fun after this meeting so that they always connect that there is something fun after this meeting and come again for the meetings, for the class meeting. We can take it in details in the next time, inshallah. Okay, so these are all the alternatives for this type of behavior. The last one, who is ready? Are you ready for this? The last thing?
Go ahead. You're the I would like to sit. Would like to sit? Okay. So the scene here is the kid is supposed to do a work in the class, but he's not doing it, and the teacher is trying to do it on him.
Yeah, for example, homework.
Yeah, same homework. Okay. So, are you doing the homework? Like every other kid is doing it, you don't seem to be doing anything. Are you doing it?
No, I didn't do anything. I have test tomorrow, so I couldn't try it.
But you have time now, you could do it. Let's start.
No, I
Let's
don't
do
have
it.
any time.
You don't have any time?
Yeah, and I need help.
Okay, you're supposed to cry.
Like to
You're
help
supposed to
me.
cry. Well, you have to do it. This is the class time. You have nothing else to do it, right?
No,
you
I
have
can't.
to do it.
I can't. I need help. No,
Well,
like to
you're-
help me.
You're being stubborn and
It's
you're supposed to
difficult
listen
for
to
me.
teacher.
It's difficult, and I have asked you, but you don't. But you ignored me.
Okay, I guess that's the end. Thank you.
Okay, let's see here the feeling and thinking and behavior. Okay, how did you feel?
I feel like I hope that the earthquake happened and there's no. I feel like I leave this place. I don't want to.
Okay. Thank you. What about you, the teacher?
Feeling. Frustrated, I guess. Between frustrated and confused. Between these two. Thinking, challenged, and trying to be helpful, but I can't. So this kind of challenge.
Feeling helpless.
And decide, I guess, I am a kind teacher, so I would give the students some time, give a break, and probably start again.
What do you think that the message here? What is she trying to deliver? What's the golden message?
That she needs time.
Needs time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now is not the best time. She wants more time later. I need more help.
Okay. So the mistaken belief here, or the child's goal, is to give up and be left alone. okay? He feels inadequate. We call it assumed inadequacy, the mistaken belief. So what the message is, don't give up on me and show me a small step. Show me like small steps how to do this. He doesn't feel that he can do it. He doesn't feel capable of it. Maybe he has like low self-esteem or things like that. So he needs us to not give up on him and not leave him. The opposite, we need to help. We need to show them small steps of how to do this, to encourage them more, to focus on the strengths, to focus on the let's read also the other alternative. Have you seen any kids like this?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And what did you do about it?
Yeah, we encourage them, step by step. It's okay, you can do it. I encourage them all the time. Even if they don't finish their work, I said them, yeah, you can do it. I know you're smart, you can do it. And then they do it, you know.
Yeah.
After that,
you feel
they
feel
try. You
encouraged.
know?
Yeah.
Sometimes some kids, they told me like, I can memorize this surah. And I said, yeah, you can. I know, you know. Like, let's practice together. And we practice together. And after the week, they can prepare.
Yeah,
and then, yeah, and I saw that a lot.
Okay, great. So here what you can do or responses, we can break tasks down into small steps. The last one here. Make tasks easier until child experience success. So you can give him small things and make it bigger as practice and be more efficient. Set up opportunities for success, like give him some more tasks that you can do. Know that he will succeed in it. Not give him a difficult one. Try to give him something that he can, you are sure he can do it, then give him more, okay? Take time for training. As you said, give him time. He needs to practice until he is professional. Teach skills, show how, but don't do for. This is the trick. That you have to show them the steps, but don't do it for them. Because they will get, if you did it for them, they will still feel incapable because you've done it for them. But you want to just show them the steps and step by step and just follow up. You have done this, you have done this, but don't ever do it for them. Encourage any positive attempt, no matter how small. Stop all criticism because they are very sensitive. This kind of kid will be very sensitive. Any word will take it personally and feel bad about themselves. And we don't want that. Focus on assets, anything that you see that they're good at, you have to focus on. Show faith in child's abilities. Don't give up, enjoy the child. Build on her interests and also the class meetings. So this is another tool that we finished today also, that you have to, that you can understand the different misbehaviors and reactions that the kids do. According to the four types that we talked about today, and just try to use alternatives with every child. I guess that I will end with a last tool now because of the time. There's a tool that's called sense of humor, and I believe it's very useful in the teaching.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's, as you said, it could be boring and it's a weekend and they took already a hard week for them. So I guess using sense of humor and laughing and like joking for some time, do a small game that can warm up things. Everything, anything like this would be very, very useful because they will grab their attention to you. They will feel belonging more. They will feel that you want to listen more because they like this. I'm not sure if you're using this. Yeah, you're trying to use this. Yeah, so maybe you can use this. It's in the papers. You can read about it. So let's recap quickly what we have taken today. If you can stay with me. Number one, the first tool that we took. Do you remember?
Challenge.
Yeah, the tool is the challenges and the goals. And as we said, that we always want to ask ourselves and look at the longer term. Look at the longer term. Okay. Okay, this is the first one. Second one.
The skills that we need to help the kids in the future.
The kind
Yeah,
of
this is
The goal.
the kind and firm. So we said the challenges and the goals versus, and kind and firm style. So this is the second tool that we want to apply. We need to be kind and firm at the same time. We need to validate feelings and follow through. So be respectful for them and also be consistent. You were saying something? Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, what else? The brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, understanding the brain, the feelings. How do we act when we are under the emotional brain, not the logical state? Okay.
The cooling down corners.
Yeah, the cooling off, the positive timeout. Yeah, as we said, the options that we said. And the foreseen, the mistaken behavior or belief behind behavior, like this. So this is the first one. And the last one we said the sense of humor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice one.
Yeah. Okay. And also the hugs. Sense of humor and hugs. Hugging children. I guess maybe this could be more at home, but even with the small kids, you know, giving them some hugs and patting, we will feel better. I just want to get you back to my story for my son when he was having these tantrums. What do you think of the tools that could be I should have used to calm him down or to deal with these tantrums?
When you were in
yeah, when I moved and he was really crying every day entering home, he doesn't want to enter home. What
with him.
please?
So he was young.
Yeah, he's like 2 years old.
Yeah, he can understand. Yeah,
He understands, but maybe not all the talks. Yeah. So what tool of the tools that I said that I can use now?
You can feel belongs. Belong to the place. Like maybe to like find someone in his age that you can play with or from the town.
Yeah.
Or you can play with him.
I can play with him.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
play with him. You can be.
Sense of humor.
Yeah, still
You
can
can be
be.
in his role.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep doing something which interests him so that he comes and joins you.
But at this moment of tantrum and crying and screaming,
Cool down. You have to cool. You have to cool off.
cool off. Yeah, so we can use the cool off, and I guess also the hugs. Yeah, I want him to feel belonging. I want him to feel peaceful. I want him to feel like, you know, we're okay. We're okay. We're going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. To assure him, you know, give him support. So sometimes they want this, and we may not understand what they want. So I guess by these different tools, we can try to understand more why are they doing this. So that's it for today. Thank you very much.
Another question.
Yes, sure.
So here's a golden rule: no pain, no shame, no blame.
Yeah.
So, and do you mean to say that physical punishment is never an option?
This is yeah. Sure.
And there's
And
snowstorm in
I
here?
guess we'll talk about it more next time.
The
Sorry?
snowstorm?
No, this is not for, some of them we didn't talk about, I will talk about next time. So we didn't take all of the tools that we have in your handout. So I guess next time, inshallah, we'll talk about the punishment, reward, and problem solving consequences and encouragement. Inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all. If you have any question, you can get back to me and today was a trip or something, so you may not be able to
Practice any of it, yeah.
practice, yeah? Have you, anyone tried to practice anything or have any reflection?
Talking to them more, like giving them a chance to speak out is good, but not just devoting more time and figuring out really what they like, what they want, actually helps. The trip, when I was misbehaving, I was actually talking to him more, a little bit about him and what he wants, what his dream is, and now I actually know how to deal with him. Like next time I see him. Yeah, but it gives you more information.
How was his reaction?
He opened up. He opened up. And he actually started crying and actually spent some time with me and talked. That was good.
Yeah, I want you to, like, the one, the two choices, so they can
choose from only two choices. Strategy of
Yeah,
two choices to
yeah.
choose from. It was really work.
It's really
Good.
hard.
Good to know. That's positive thing. Okay. Okay, let's start with a.
It'd be nice to perhaps also get more scenarios of how to mix being kind and firm at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Something that would be
Yeah.
effective in meeting with children. Sometimes our understanding.
Yeah, I guess it's the way we talk. It's the statements that we say to the kids. We need more maybe examples about it. So they will take some of the encouragement statements. How can we encourage?
Good.
And understand how
Mhm.
how is it effective. I guess after we finish today, I will try to write down some examples and send it to you, and you can, or we can make a WhatsApp group or something and keep, interacting to know, which all.
Especially in the setting of a classroom, because obviously this.
Yeah, it's different from the home.
Different personalities.
There's also a great book for positive discipline. It's called Positive Discipline Tools for Classroom. It's mainly for classrooms, and it has you can find it in the library, whether here or your town. Also, if you heard about the book How to Talk So Kids Will Listen, do you know that?
Okay.
This is a great book.
It
has many examples.
I guess it's a takeoff from the other as popular book, How to Talk So People Can Listen.
Yeah, you're right. So it's how to talk so kids will listen, and how you can listen so when you're talking. So it's vice versa. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the other.
Do you know the publisher or the author?
No, I'm not sure of that. I know here it's Jane Nelson. It's called Jane Nelson. The other one I forgot the name. And you can find on her website many other tools also. Okay. The classroom, okay, so let's start with a warm-up activity. I need you in pairs, like maybe Mr. Smaili, you can come together.
Sure.
We'll do something that, if you want.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll take turns. Each one will close your fist, and the other will try to open it. Okay?
Okay.
Physically? Yeah, it's physically. You will close your fist, and your partner will try to open it.
Okay.
See how. And we'll discuss it later. Yeah. And then we'll do the opposite. She will close, and you will try to open it. Okay? Let's start for 1 minute.
For 1 minute.
Okay, 2 to 3 minutes.
I'm giving you my left hand. Yeah. If you were able to do it, but try now with the right one. You'll never.
لو مشيت الواحد يعطوني كلها.
But still, once you open,
Give it a try.
Huh? We did.
Try one more time.
There you go.
So you're gonna post it on WhatsApp? They're playing it at the moment.
I did this.
You're giving, mashallah.
No, you get
Yeah.
Oh, well, as soon as she's Egyptian, so.
okay.
Mostly whenever we have like that, so we have a conflict, so we say,
Okay,
okay,
not,
please.
not, don't have too much
So
fun,
like
okay?
call the police, otherwise when they call police.
You couldn't open till now or what?
They'll open it, yeah.
Okay, let me see what is that, how is it? Live rule. Could you open it?
Yes.
Yeah,
How
but
did
what
it
it was hard in the first part, but when you get it like partially, it started to open. So whenever.
So you try to open it yourself, right? Did anyone of you ask her partner or his partner to just open it, please?
No.
Could you open it?
No, we didn't.
Okay. So that's the idea, you know, that's what we're doing with our kids or the students that we have. We always see that we have the power, so we want to control, to be in control. So I just want to know, how did you feel when she was trying to open your... Did you just give in and open it, or you were stubborn, you don't want to open it?
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually opened the.
You opened
opened
easy.
it,
Yeah, okay, okay. What about Marwa?
Marwa, actually, for some reason, when she was opening mine, she put one and all four open. But when I was trying hers,
You have some
I had to do
strategy.
one by one.
Yeah, okay. But I get what you want to say, like, we didn't try this part, it's like ask her to open her hand.
Yeah, yeah, that's
We
simple,
didn't
yeah.
do that. No.
What about
take it the
you?
hard way.
You want to share your feelings or how?
Yeah, I think when she was trying to open my hand, I felt like a bit weak because like she's stronger than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you open it easily.
When
Anyone was
first
stubborn,
really
didn't
hard
want
open.
to? Anyone didn't want to open it? Felt that he doesn't want to?
Yeah,
or she-
like with my
Yeah,
right
you
hand
just
is
keep
strong.
losing, yeah.
My right hand is strong, so she was struggling hard. But with the left was easy.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So that's what I wanted to reflect, that if we want their cooperation, we should not transform it into a power struggle. When you try to open or you try to enforce something on your kids or to the students without, even asking them or asking for their cooperation, sometimes it will turn into power struggle. He will be, he doesn't want to cooperate. You will not be able to win their cooperation. And other kids will feel like, okay, he will let you lead all the time. He will not, it depends on the nature, okay? But he will not think that he can, add something or do something by himself. So it goes in both ways. We'll try to talk about this today, inshallah, through the other tools that we'll be taking. I want you just to open the first page on today's. The second, this one, the misbehaving child. The paper of the misbehaving child, okay? So it's a small activity. It just, we want to remember when we were children, what has encouraged us and what has discouraged us with our parents, with our teachers. If you can remember any sentence, any action that your parent or your teacher have done that made you or invited you to be encouraged, feeling encouraged, or made you believe in yourself, made you feel capable. Do you recall anything of that? I can give you 1 minute to think about it. And how did you feel? And then we'll come to the opposite, yeah. If someone told you something that discouraged you, that made you feel you're incapable, made you feel bad about yourself, you can write it down for yourself. We won't share it, it's okay. And how did you feel? And how did this affected your life now, right now, after all these years? So I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes also to remember. I was asking in my Facebook group, I have a Facebook group, it's called Family Coaching on Facebook, and I asked this question today to the parents and teachers that I have. And there was different, I only asked about the part of encouragement, and there were different responses, like someone said her father told her that don't look back and always move forward, try to move forward. So it affected her life when she tries to think of any challenge. She doesn't look at the past and feel regretting and like. And also another one, she said that her teacher told her that she can tell stories very well, and now she has her own business telling the Sira and Qasas Awliya on CDs for kids. So yeah, would you like to share anything that was encouraging to you in your childhood?
Yeah, I guess when I was little, my dad always was telling me that, oh, you should make a design for something new, something like this. And I think that inspired me now to do like biomedical engineering. So because he always like encouraged me to think that I am capable of doing these things. Like, that's amazing.
So it affected you along these years.
Yeah.
So that's what, yeah, that's the main thing about encouragement or discouragement at the same time. When you find the child misbehaving, most probably he's discouraged, he's feeling discouraged. So it's our role that we make them feel encouraged and feel capable, as you're saying, by the way we talk, the way we interact, our actions, you know, create some success opportunities for them. We say the way that we talk, how it will be encouragement versus praise, inshallah.
I remember I did well at my math exam. I actually was the only one who did well, and that was a math class, like with inclination to just math studies. And my very strict teacher, she is very short in the praise, and she praised me in front of everyone. And since then I was really good in math. Actually, I chose finance major, and even though my mom persuaded me not to go there, I still persisted to take a bachelor's. It did affect. It does stick in the memory, actually.
Yeah. So always think in the classroom. Yeah. What can I tell the kids to make them feel more encouraged, more motivated to how to cooperate with me. It will be with them. Yeah, they will believe it. If you believe it, they will believe it. You know the word that's fake it till you make it? I don't know if you've read about that. I just read
Fake it?
Yeah, fake it till you make. Like if you're not, for example, if I'm not smiling all the time, to practice this, I will fake a smile, then afterwards it will become real. But I read another one that's faith it till you make it. So if you have faith in the kids that they will do it, they will believe you. Okay, if we're moving to the anyone want to share anything else about that? Okay. Okay. So I want now we're going to move into like a role play about the punishment and rewards and different strategies that we use with kids. So let's talk about a real life situation, like in the classroom. You tell me, in the classroom, do you find what's the most challenging part? Like the kid doesn't want to write down after you, or doesn't want to say to answer. What's the most challenging or the problem that you meet?
Paying attention to what you're saying and stop distracting others by like whatever. He took my bags, my pen, he just wrote something on my notebook, stop doing that, tell him to stop that, you know, it's like they are arguing with each other.
Okay.
For something. So they don't pay attention to you.
So let's say that paying attention, the problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll write it here. I will need 3 volunteers. Or maybe 4. Okay. One will be be a child, and 3 would act as teachers. And I'll tell you what to do.
What child? 2 teachers?
Well, every teacher has his own strategy, and we'll see the child how they feel.
I'll do the child.
Okay, it's the easiest one. Need other teachers. Who would like to?
Let's mix it up. One of you.
Whoever wants to reward, you will try to reward the kid for paying attention. I will give you sweets, I will give you things, I will give you that keep attention.
Okay, I'll take that word.
Keep doing.
Punishment if the student doesn't or still
Yeah.
punishment is regardless of the behavior.
Well, she will be disrupting and doing like things, and you will have to. Okay. And you can give her some. Okay, one more? No, that's fine. That's fine.
So I'll ask her to pay attention. What do you want me to do?
Solve this. Now,
Okay.
the situation will not pay attention.
Yeah, but I think I should do.
Okay. Yeah, to pay more attention, to be, interacting more, to stay quiet. And
Okay.
invite her to
Talk.
Okay?
I'm not even asking teachers though.
Okay, you just can listen and that we know already the problem between not paying attention and trying and disrupting. Okay, we'll just act on it without her. We'll just imagine that she's disrupting and not paying attention and doing, arguments and that stuff. Yeah, she's misbehaving right now. Okay, so we'll start with Mr. Ismail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now all of you know that we have the child or the student here. She's not paying attention. She's disrupting, and we'll see 3 kinds of teachers. Yeah. Okay, you can with the crown. Thank you, Molo.
That's all right. I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
This is the right way, right?
No, I want the other one.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll try to
Yeah.
do the other round. Yeah, as much as I
Is
can.
your
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I tried to
Too
make it
small.
bigger.
That's okay. There you go.
fine.
That's
Okay,
fine.
so.
Okay, all right.
So you're gonna do a punishment?
So, what have you done? Yes, yes, you have done something. I need you to go in the corner and stay there for 5 minutes, okay? And stay there a little longer until I say you can come out, okay?
Okay.
All right? Now we.
I'm already scared. She's already scared.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I see. Okay, you have to really pay attention because if you focus and be good, if you behave well and do well, if you answer all my questions, I will reward you. I will give you a really good prize.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a problem here, and we wonder what you think we should do to solve it. Like all the other kids can't pay attention because you're like moving around. What do you want us to do? What do you think is a solution?
Get a reward.
Okay, she wants the chocolate.
Okay.
Good.
Don't forget about this part.
Okay.
This is a new teacher. And a new situation.
Okay,
She wasn't here.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I don't know. I don't know what would a child actually say at this point.
No, just imagine yourself as a child. What would you do if someone just talked to you this way?
Oh, what would be the solution for it? I would be like, I'll behave well, like, forgive me.
You'll make like sort of an agreement or something. Would you
Yeah.
like to do this or see what you feel?
No, but I think if I was a child, I'd be like, okay, I'll calm down, I'll not disturb the class.
Yeah, but they
Something
won't
like that.
say that. They usually say, no, I want to have fun, I get bored, or whatever. They will say something else. I'm talking about their
Yeah,
life.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not talking about us, you
That's
know.
what I'm sorry. Noor, maybe.
Girls might listen, but
Yeah.
boys
She
they will
was
say,
quite-
okay,
She's a
okay.
decent student.
Okay, so let you can
Yes,
reverse
switch.
the rules,
Reverse the rules.
and you will be the the student.
Okay,
If you have the same question and you are the student now.
I don't know, I'm not feeling well, I'm bored, I don't want to do that, or maybe she will say like, I don't want to be here, I want to play for a while, I want to draw now, like that's the answers that sometimes we get. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to draw this now, no, I want to play with my toy now, like some of the kids, they could bring some toys and they keep playing with it, and I keep telling them, please, we could play at the break. You can take your toys at the break and you can play with it. Please put it in the bag. Then he put it in the bag for like 5 minutes and then you get it to find it around.
Okay.
And the other kids like joining them because he have a toy, you know, start
okay.
playing.
So if you took the first part that you're saying, okay, I feel bored and I want to play with my toys.
Like, yeah.
So teacher here could offer him to focus on solutions. Okay, I know that you would like to play, and I know that you may feel bored now. We need to finish this. So how do you think we can finish this? Then we can play. What should we do now?
Yeah, okay, so this is a question. Okay.
Make more fun, they will say. Make
Okay,
more fun.
I agree. We can play a small activity, then okay, focus on what I'll be saying. Then after that we can play with the toys that you can.
I want
you can
now.
get.
I want to
What's
play
the
now.
solution? Okay, I'm asking you. What can we do right now?
Play. Let's play. I don't want to start.
Yeah, let's play. Yeah. Usually, well, this is some of the answer that we can give.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, let's brainstorm for other questions that make them curious to put the solutions. Okay, I know that you want to play, and I want to teach you this. How can we solve this? What's your solution for this?
Okay. Okay.
What's
Let's
your
play.
plan?
Let's play
What's
a little
the
bit,
plan?
and then we will.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
play a
so
little
let's play until for 5 minutes, and then we'll go back to the lesson. Do you want to do this?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I want to go home.
It's a win-win.
Well, some of them would
You're
say,
wrong.
yeah, we'll help you. Like some of them will say, yes, I'll help you. I'll do something with you. Okay, I'll pay attention. But not all of them.
No, I know.
Definitely,
Some
yeah,
of
like
them
sometimes.
is
And we
strong-willed.
still have a time limit. Like if you are at home it's different than 3
I
hours
know.
at school.
Yeah.
So you have to make them like paying attention, please, faster. And we don't have a lot of time. It's like only 15 minutes for the break. You can play
Yeah,
in the
but
break.
in this situation, I guess if it happens and you know the child that he is the one, you will take him aside before the session starts, yeah, and talk to him. But you won't talk for all the children together, I guess, because it will be one or two that making instruction all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you open it for the whole class, it will be a mess. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, thank you. Let's see how Noor felt. Yeah, let's talk about the feelings now. So when Mr. Punishment, what were you feeling?
I was feeling scared. For real, actually.
My goodness, so.
I get scared very easily.
Okay.
That's not the situation for our kids.
No.
I hope they
You
feel
think
scared.
you
They never
don't-
feel
Yeah,
scared.
some of them were not.
Yeah, really?
Unfortunately.
Okay, what were you thinking?
For the reward and
No,
the problem?
no,
or-
not with the punishment, still
Oh,
the
okay.
punishment part.
I was just thinking, okay, like, I'll do whatever he says since I'm scared, you know?
Okay, I'll do so this is the decision, I guess. What did you think about yourself or about him?
I didn't feel good, I guess. Yeah. I'm just like a real child instead of an adult's body. So,
We all are.
she knows, yeah.
By the way, some of the kids, they don't show you that they are scared, but inside they are. But they may show it into different reactions. Sometimes they will be like
More aggressive.
trying to, more aggressive, just to defend themselves. Sometimes they would show you that they don't care about your punishment, but they do care. Okay. What about the reward?
No, I don't like the reward.
Okay, but what about next time? You will not pay. You still not paying it. You will pay attention this time. The next session. She doesn't have that reward. What you have? What you
I
do?
think it would be the same case, like not paying attention.
Until she gives you
until she
another
gets
one.
the reward.
Yeah. Okay.
And the problem happens when she doesn't like the reward.
Okay. Yeah. And she will be asking for more.
Yeah, or not accept it. They're not all like the same reward. Like one of them say, like, I want that, and the others want another thing. It's not a shop, man.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you. And you decided to pay attention because you will be taking the reward, okay? Right? Okay, and the last one?
I think the last one was the distance between the person and where you are is important. You have to keep some distance, like personal distance, I guess. And the tone as well, like I felt when she was talking to me about like, she's like, you know, it's like an order is not more than a question.
Okay.
If you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about you, Marwa, when you reversed the roles and I asked you, مثلا, okay, you want to play, okay, let's play for 5 minutes.
Well, I felt better when you show me that, okay, we can play for 5 minutes, and I would accept the deal. And I felt like, yeah, she's friendly, she's
was your
accepting.
solution.
Yeah,
You
that's
said
what
that
I
you wanna
want.
play.
I want to play, and she said okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
as a payback is like to pay attention for her after that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel good.
Okay, great. They were ready now?
Okay, Mr. Punishment?
When children are punished, they do not learn self-discipline. Punishment provides external motivation, while self-discipline requires inner motivation.
So, do you agree with this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when I feel always scared or I feel threatened, will this be a motivation for me? Or it's something that I've been pushed to do it? I'm enforced to do it. I don't feel, like doing it. inner, there's no inner motivation here or any feeling that I want to do it. I'm just forced to do it. Okay, so it's really different when you do something that you feel that because you're scared or afraid or you have been forced to do it. It's very different than if you want to do it because you feel like you want to do it or you feel capable of doing it.
When do you actually have to use this method then? When do you actually have to use this method? Or do you
We never use it for the positive discipline strategy or system. No, we never use punishment. So that's why we learn lots of tools and many tools. And we try all of the tools depending on the situation and the person or the kid nature. So not every tool will suit every situation and not every tool will suit every kid. So that's why we learn a lot of them and many, so that we have the wisdom or know by knowledge or practicing which one to use in this situation. So that's why we put a lot of focus on solution as an alternative for the punishment. And all other kind of firm, the things that we did the last session, all of them can be alternative to the punishment. And we'll take another thing now.
I think this is like a religion. Punishment, most of the time religion is better for punishment. And it should be, I think, our teacher's task to make it a self-disciplined, motivated way presenting religion, so that they are self-disciplined.
Not always that Allah will punish
yeah,
you.
like exactly.
Okay,
I think so. It's not external; it should be internal.
Yes.
That's the challenge for us. Actually, you need to be really to have deep knowledge to present it as inner punishment, right? Inner motivation, not punishment. Inner motivation. I think that's the good task for us teachers to do.
And I guess Allah said the punishment that it will be in Akhirah. Maybe Mr. Saeed can talk about this, not me, but that's what I think, that He never actually punishes us here now. He told us what you can do and gave us the choices. And then at the end, you will see the punishment or not.
There is punishment here in this world also. But I think it's a way to entice, more so than it is to punish. Allah has no need for punishment. So
it's the result of our doings. It's not the
but also the context is different. He's talking to a reasonable mind, a mind that understands, not to a child. Child is obviously not held responsible. But to a reasonable mind, that there is punishment and a way to enforce compliance. Right? Well, no, not enforce, but entice compliance. So that's a bit different.
It's a bit different situation, yeah. Okay. So there are long-term results also if we're keeping punishment, if we keep the punishment as strategies, that I use every day or lots of the situations.
If I just might add, in the way Allah teaches us is exemplary. I mean, He always says, my rahmah is first. My mercy is first. So kindness is always first. So in a way to show that forgiveness, making room for mistakes, making room for understanding, always comes first. Now, punishment is the absolute last resort. It's only there as a step very far away to make one understand that you have two choices instead of the choice that He has given as first. So,
I think to make it as a motivation to learn religion, to learn Islam, to make it present a motivated
I'm
way.
avoiding hell, you mean that?
Yes, to make it motivated. Not like oppressive, but as a motivation to learn, to do better. I think that's what is needed.
but I think has a lot more to do with people than it has with
not the kids. But I guess she means how we teach religion to the kids.
To bring the self-discipline.
We don't have to talk about punishment with the kids from Allah.
I had friends, one of my friends, her daughter, she taught her about religion and things to do, like pray or whatever.
in a way that she would tell her, if you do this, Allah will be happy with you. And when she says that, she would do it right away. So I think this is like more inner motivation, like, oh, Allah's going to be happy with me, so I'm going to do that. Instead of like, if you don't do it, you're going to...
Yeah, the other ones.
But I heard the answer is like, I don't care.
She cared, the little girl cared.
So all those little girls.
Yeah,
Girls are always disciplined.
But that's when you decide for something else, right? And that's usually when they say that, that's really something.
something else, of course, yeah, it's just to bring it the right way. That's very
We can discuss this after because I have okay, so the long-term results, if you turn the page, you will see that we have 4 kinds of results if you keep punishing all the time, depending on the different character or nature of the child. So some of them will say, like, they will feel resentment, they will feel this is unfair and I cannot trust adults, okay? So we will keep misbehaving, of course. Some of them will feel that, no, they can't make me. He wants to be in control, so I will do what I want, and he will not care for anyone. He will do what he wants. Some of them will be revenging, taking revenge. I will hurt you back as you hurt me. So we'll always keep taking revenge, and it doesn't have to be in the same situation or at the same moment. Maybe the next time you will be thinking how to take revenge. And the last one, the retreat, because maybe here some kids have low self-esteem, so he will feel, you know, he doesn't feel that he wants to belong in here. So maybe he will start thinking about himself that he's a bad person, I'm not capable, you know. Or it will be sneaky. I guess you see this a lot. Some sneaky kids like doing in behind you. Yeah, not facing it, but he will do it. I will not get caught, but but I will do it. Yeah. Okay, so these are if you keep the punishment as a strategy with the kids, most of the time this will be the long-term results of punishment. So that's why we don't recommend using punishment as a strategy with the kids. Let's talk about the reward now. Anyone want to talk about the punishment part, or you? Yeah, understand? Okay, okay. Also think about yourself when we are as a grown-up now. If your sister, your brother, your mother, anyone told you that, you know what, I will not talk to you today, for example, as a punishment, you will feel bad. You know, you won't cooperate, you don't want to talk to them, or you feel bad about yourself. So that's the same case with the kids. Just put yourself in their shoes. Okay, for the rewarding, as you said, as Noor said that she wants it right now, so it always works like a short term. In the short term it works. But think on the longer term, will you have the outcome that you want or the cooperation that you want? I don't think. As you said, sometimes they won't like this reward, I want the other one, sometimes they will ask for more, you know. Also, does this will this change their behavior, the misbehaving thing? For example, he will not be paying attention and you give him the sweets and he will eat the sweets and afterwards what he will eat, I guess he will come back to the same behavior. Okay, does it help the child? We need to ask ourselves, does it help the child to feel capable? When he takes sweets or a reward or any kind of, will he feel capable at this situation?
No, you're just probably thinking of what was the next opportunity he can.
I can get more.
Yeah, use them to get more.
Like, I'll trade you, I'll do that, and you give me that.
Yeah.
So we'll turn
So
it out, trade.
everything that he wants, every word, yeah, okay. Okay, and does it help problem solve? That he tries to think how to solve this problem, how to solve this challenge, what can I get?
We'll just
think
do
about
it as
it.
fast as we can, so you can.
Yes, just one
That's
word. So that's the negative side of the reward.
Yeah.
But in a way, then it does, because then it makes them think, you know, how can I use what I have as a commodity to get what I want? They're not be conducive for them to learn what it is that you're trying to teach them, they slowly teach them something else.
I don't get this one.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
so, in every situation they're going to be facing, they will always be thinking, how can I make my teacher or my father, my mother, my give me what I want. In
So
a way.
I'll behave well or I'll do well because I need them to do something right.
Or vice versa, I will misbehave.
Okay.
So that they can, so then I can use that
Okay.
as a way, as a commodity to trade against a reward. Right? So I will make situations, I will come up with situations that then will force the hand of. Right?
They are so smart actually.
Very smart.
They are.
Yeah.
And they know who will,
Yes.
Will do
will
whatever
do
you
what I
want.
want.
You
They
break-
know the person that he will.
Manipulate.
What you want.
Yeah. Okay, so that's why also hostel discipline doesn't recommend the reward thing. You can just bring gifts, whatever you want. Doesn't have to be related to something that he has to do. That's the difference. Okay, for the focus on solution, this is the tool that we used today. So next one. The last one, remember when I asked Marwa or Noor, what can we do to solve this? Whether they don't want to write, for example, the classwork, the homework, whatever. We have like 4 things to make sure that we practice during the focus, when we practice the focus on solutions tool. It has to be always related, that the solution that the kid will say has to be related with what we're doing, not something that's imaginative, out of the area. Second thing, that has to be respectful for him and for me. If he come up with a solution that will not be respectful for everyone that's here, this is not acceptable. The third thing is to be reasonable. Like for example, if we said like we'll play for 5 minutes, he can't say, let's play for the whole session or let's play for the 20, 30 minutes. No, we don't have this the time, all of this time to play. So we have only, so here we have to make sure that it's reasonable. There's something that you can apply.
And let's say he says 5 minutes, and and then like once the 5 minutes is over, he's like, oh, I want to play more. Like that's not enough. Then what do you do?
Let's play another 5 minutes this.
Yeah, they will.
No,
they
so
will
here you have to be firm, and we can use now. We'll talk about it. The logical consequence, something else different from punishment, but it's a result of what you're doing. If you're not following the agreement that we done.
Even like setting limits.
Yeah, some sort of. And the fourth condition that it will be helpful. This solution will be helpful, really helpful, not just something that we can help each other with. The thing is, it has often been said that when given the opportunity, children are better problem solvers than adults. They are really creative problem solvers. Sometimes they say things that for example, like my son doesn't want to do the homework. When we ask him what do you want to do, then he says, okay, I will do it, but I want to do it in the kitchen to be beside you, for example, when you're cooking. So you want, imagine this, so when they try to ask them a lot to problem solve, they will have good ideas from them. And when you apply their ideas or what they're saying, they will feel more capable and they will come up and brainstorm more and more solutions and ideas.
But if it's not relevant,
so that's what we said. We need to make sure that the 4 conditions, that they are related, respectful, reasonable, and helpful. The solution that we think about. So you can discuss, you can tell them, no, but this is not related, but this is not reasonable. Can you think of something more, that just encourage him to think more. Okay. So this tool, the focus on solution, this is one of the tools that we learned today. Now there's another thing that's called consequence. I don't know if you have heard about it. Anyone heard about consequence or using consequence as a tool or strategy for the kids?
Like I've heard about it, but sometimes I use it, but it's like not all the time. Like for example, if you eat a lot of sweets, you're gonna have like that tooth cavity, or if you did that, your toy will be falling apart or something. Like, don't do that. And I'll tell him like 2 times. The third time, then you'll see the consequence because you're gonna lose your toy, for example. But not all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So sometimes we misunderstand the consequence and use it as a punch. It's like
It's confusing.
Yeah. So we will know the difference now, but there's something called natural consequence. Like it's for example, you don't have to interfere with this consequence. Like for example, if he doesn't eat, he will get hungry. So you won't interfere in this. I put the food right now, you didn't eat, okay, I removed the food, and after some hours he came back hungry, okay, I put it and I can do something about it. Okay, so this is a natural one. Like for example, he refused to take his jacket when he's going to school, and it's going to be cold, he will feel cold, so this is a natural consequence. He will learn that second day,
the hard way.
no, he will take the jacket. So this is without our interference. That's what we call natural consequence. But we have to stick to some things that to make it really work, that we don't add any blame or shame or pain when he faces this consequence. Like for example, oh, I told you to take your jacket with you, and we always do that. I know this, we do this automatically. We want to.
Very hard not to.
It's really hard to try, but try because we don't want him to feel, okay, I already felt the pain and I faced this, so I don't want your words to be.
Yeah, but sometimes they don't understand that they get sick because they didn't get the jackets. Yeah, this is some like information. I don't know. Maybe it feels like
okay,
a plan, you catch a cold because you're.
Okay, you can teach them that. Okay, I wonder if you didn't take the jacket, you would take something. If you're sick, that's just an explanation of what's going on because they don't understand it. But I mean, after the consequence happens, we don't need to,
to
add more pain about, also, we need to show empathy and understanding. We will not rescue or fix what happened, but we will show that, oh, I know how you may be feeling right now, or I know this is bad. That's it. Okay, just feeling empathy. Okay, but sometimes natural consequence won't be working. Do you know when that won't be working or cannot be effective? Okay, if it will put the child in danger, for example. Okay, like I won't tell him go and pass the street by yourself, or play with the matches and something dangerous. Okay, so I can't let him do this and say he will feel the natural consequence here. If the child causes any harms to others, like I can't say I can stay still and leave this situation. No, okay, I have to interfere here. And the last thing, if I see that the natural consequence is not effective, like for example, this is all the time the mothers tell me about the food. If I told him there's no food, he might be all day not eating. It's okay for
it's
him.
a good thing for him.
Yeah, he doesn't care. So at this time I know that this consequence, the natural one, won't work for the full thing, for the full problem. Okay, so that's what we need to take care of. Okay, let's go to the logical consequence. So here it requires adult intervention, and it should help the child learn life and social skills. And we need to follow, we call it the 4 R's. Related, now we talk about related, respectful, reasonable, and revealed in advance when possible. Okay, so what's the logical consequence? Like, if we said, like, as you said, for example, he doesn't pay attention, and we want him to pay attention. So we need to use the logical consequence. For example, we're going to say, okay, now we're going to take our lesson, and after the lesson we're going to play a very interesting game, and then we're going to eat pizza, for example. Okay, so we told them how the routine works and everything. And they know, they should know that if we didn't satisfy the first one, the paying attention to the lesson, so we won't be able to play the game, and we won't be able, for example, to eat the pizza or to do anything. So he now knows that there's a consequence. If as soon and the way we talk in it, we don't want it to be threatening. Like if you didn't do this, you I don't want it to be like this. No, we want it to be him to understand that this is the result of your action. You chose not to pay attention, so the result of this is that you won't play the game. So when he didn't pay attention and now it's time for playing, you will say, okay, you didn't pay attention today, so I can't let you play the game. So this could be now if it's revealed in advance, we always recommend this so that he is not shocked or surprised what are you saying. So you will try to make it a sort of agreement before starting the session that we do so and so and so, and then take care that when we finish this, if you are not able to pay attention, you will not be able to play. Okay? So this is the logical consequence. We must make sure that it's related, as we said, something related to each other. For example, if a kid throws on the desk, okay, and screwed it. So now I cannot tell him that, okay, go to the principal, or he won't relate. Okay, now? How did you fix this? How will you clean this bag? So this is cannot be a consequence. Do you understand me? It won't be.
But can I ask him that you should clean this because you're dirty?
Yeah. So this is the consequence.
Okay.
So this is the logical one. So this is a related consequence that he can clean after what he's done, the mess he's done. Yeah. But if I took him to the principal, or I took him to the lunch chair, or what's things that's not related to the real situation now, he won't get it. He will say, okay, so the next time he will do it, he won't understand what to do next and what's the consequence of this. Or he won't learn any life or social skill that we want to teach. Okay, the second thing is to be respectful. I cannot hurt him with words, or the consequence, or for example, let him clean all the desks. This is humiliating. Yeah. Okay. The third thing is to be reasonable, to make sure that this can be applied and reasonable. And the last thing, as you said, revealed in advance. There's a kind of sentences that you can talk so that it doesn't appear in a shape of punishment for the logical consequence, because sometimes people get messed up, confused about it. It's like as soon as we finish the class, we were going to play. As soon as we finish our homework, we're going to watch TV, for example. As soon as you finish your food, that's how can we, use it. We don't want to use the if statement.
It's threatening.
Yeah. We don't want to make it a threatening or punishment. So that's why we need to focus about how we tell the logical consequence here. Yeah. Okay. So any questions about this part?
No. So you said no condition. So in the way you word it, or in the way that's understood. So you can't say if you finish, then we will watch, but not the reverse. If you do not finish, then don't want to make it sound like a threat.
Let's try it. And you can tell Masan Alfia and let her guess how she feels about it. Like tell her the both sentences and let us
So if you finish your homework, we'll have pizza. If you don't finish your homework, we will not have pizza.
I don't like it.
Yeah, they can say that. I'd rather have the chocolate.
It's like you're limiting me.
Okay. So if I said as soon as you're done with your homework, we'll have pizza.
Good.
So you feel that this is the result of being,
I see, that's the difference.
Yeah. Okay. So the way we talk, that's what the matters.
Just that wording is so important.
Yeah. Okay. I will try to get more sentences and send it to you, inshallah. I know we have a lot. Okay, so now this is how we come to an agreement, because it's not easy also. Have you tried any sort of agreements with the kids before?
It will last for a long time. It lasts for a long time. It's like usually short time agreement. Depends. Like it could be last for days, could be last for an hours, sorry, or it could last for like days, but not more. You know.
Why do you think it doesn't last?
I don't know. I personally, I don't know actually. Sometimes I think that because the kids forget about it, maybe, or we do not like proceed again or follow with them. I would say.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about, the agreement, how to make an agreement, and then how to follow through. Because agreement without following,
Yeah.
it won't be an agreement, especially with the kids. So let's discuss any other problem that you face with the kids and make an agreement about it. Can we sit as a circle or something?
Yeah, sure.
I guess also the setting, when you're teaching, when it's like a circle, it's more inviting and friendly, yeah? Okay. Okay, so anyone have a challenge or something that we can make an agreement with the kids to solve it?
To speak not at the same time, one after another. Listen,
Take
like,
turns.
Take turns.
Yeah, okay, good one. Okay, so,
Yes. What else?
Maybe writing that today, like when I write letters on the board, and some of them don't want to write it down, you know, they're just like chatting with their friends.
okay.
Yeah, the challenges we face here, I think, in the masjid here in the school, I think it's completely different, like from this one in public school or at home or something. First of all, you don't feel like a student taking the school serious. They're coming here, it's like they're coming here for fun. It's not, they're not coming from, I don't know how they did get that. Maybe from their parents, they don't like make them like feel it's school. But they come here just to play and just to, they don't take it serious. So they don't act like in public school. Yeah, because I noticed that from my own kids. They come here,
I know.
they're
Yeah.
like completely almost crazy here. But over there in public school, they follow.
Okay.
Because he
So
very.
I guess we have many
Yeah.
reasons. I guess they have many reasons to feel like that, because it's the weekend and it's the last day in the week, and they want to play, and you know they have school tomorrow. So why don't we make it fun? Why don't they learn here the Arabic and religion, but in more fun ways that suits their? It's a suggestion. I'm not sure.
We do that.
We don't
actually.
have to take it so serious. They can also learn through a fun environment. Yes.
Well, that's why we are having this session.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that actually.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's try.
It's
try
just
to
an idea.
give them break like every,
Brainstorming.
not actually break like work. They give them break to talk to each other every like 15, 10 minutes. But even though sometimes I'm reciting the surah, some of the kids talking. Yeah. And other kids complain about the same issue because they get distracted.
Okay.
It's
Let's make an agreement about this problem. For example, we are the kids now, and we have teachers, and there's the disruption that they do. Some kids that doesn't listen to the recitation. So I can, bring them together after the break, before the break, whatever. We will have like 10 minutes now to sit together and see what can we do about it. We have a problem that some students cannot focus right now while I'm reciting. So let's have a discussion about it. Let's brainstorm some ideas. How can we focus, all of us, to take the full benefit of being here? And then we can do whatever you want after we finish.
In other words, make them be part of the solution.
Yes. Yeah. So let's act that you're the students, and you have we're going to brainstorm some solutions. Or before this, we can also voice the feelings and the thoughts of the kids. So if you, for example, Marwa, you're one of the kids that you don't want to listen, you don't want to recite. What's your feeling and thoughts
Like I'm
about
feeling bored and I want to play, I may sit in an appropriate way, like staying in backward for the circle. Maybe I'll just go this way. Yeah, I saw some of them. Some of them like sleeping and stuff, like doing that, and we'll lay down.
Okay.
It's like we are on the sand, It's like playing on the beach. And I was like, stop. We're sitting Korean. Why are you moving?
Yeah.
And
so you're feeling bored. You're feeling bored.
Yeah,
You're
like
not
some of
interested.
them would do that. I'm like, yeah.
So what do you think we can do to make you more engaged?
I think involving them in.
No, I'm telling you as a student now.
As a student,
You're the
okay.
student.
Like, let me say it one more time. For example, some of them will say, I will repeat it again. I want to say it. Like, they keep asking, I will keep asking as a student to recite the Quran again and again, the same surah. And I'm not going to give any, they don't give any chances for other students to say. So, like.
So he's feeling bored because he knows the
He
surah
knows
already?
some of them,
So he's not challenged?
Yeah, he's not challenged.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them.
So, okay.
But again, you feel the problem that there's some of them that don't know it. So you have to be, like as a teacher, you have to go with someone who knows it and someone who doesn't
So
really
what
know
about
it.
so now here we can come for a possible solution. Like what if the one that he knows the surah tries to teach the other one that he still wants to recite for them. He finished, so I can help you in letting others, recite it.
Okay.
So this could be a solution that we can write here, for
Helping the
example.
teacher. Okay.
So the bored or unchallenged students can help the teacher with other kids. Okay, what else?
I want to, instead of doing this, I want to draw in color.
Yes, yeah.
This is great.
You're
like a
studying
student.
as a student?
Yes.
Okay. So you want to draw and draw. I don't want to recite.
Yeah, I want to draw.
Okay, and I know that you would like to color. What about, have you heard about the mind mapping for the surahs, Quran?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes now there's just something called, it's not a cost of this one, but it's a solution that came to my mind. Something called mind map. There's someone called Tony Buzan. He's very famous about creating this way of studying. And some friends that I know and other people use it with the surahs for help. For example, Surah Al-Asr, and we take it like this: every ayah with a branch about this ayah, so that it will stick in the mind of the kids. Because there are different learning styles for the kids. There's a visual, all of us. Some people learn with visual things, drawings or colors, as you said, or things that I see, or videos or things like that. Some people learn by listening, their audio, and others learn with interacting, like kinesthetic. So this could be a way, the mind mapping surah, for the small kids or the bigger ones. You can read more about it. I will try to send you their websites. It's called Tony Buzan for the strategy itself of mind mapping. it's also very good about brainstorming solutions. So if we have now this problem, we'll make like a rectangle or a circle, and we will try to get out the solutions as a branches like this. For example, the teacher is, you said the problem, if we name the problem right now, what can you call it? The problem about the
Not listening,
Not listening.
distracting other kids.
Okay, not
We
listening.
faced
So
that.
here is the problem or the pain. And now we can brainstorm together the solutions. So we can say like, let bored students help. For example, this is a solution. What other? You said draw and color. You
Yeah.
wanted, so we can like draw try to imagine the surah in another way to help him learning. So how could you use this drawing in learning this surah? For example, reciting the surah. Oh my God. Okay, what else? This is an example. We don't have to do this exactly, but it's an example.
Maybe like the drawing parts, we can like, the surah would be, we can print it out and you would fill out the letters by colors. Like the alif, you know, like you would fill it out by red, the L, and so on.
So, colors. Letters. Okay. So all of these, yeah, I guess it's engaging, more engaged, and if you let the kids brainstorm with you ideas, I guess you will get more. What else?
I just want to play. I can hear some of them can say, let's just play.
Okay, I know you want to play, but we want to brainstorm some ideas to get this done, and then we can play. What's your idea now? Do you have any idea that make this more, interesting for you?
The reply can be, I don't know.
Like for example, you can divide this. Just an idea also. You can divide a group. How many are the students in each group?
Depends on.
Yeah, in your class you have
How about 12?
12 or 13.
12
yeah,
students?
So 12.
Like about, yeah, we can divide them into groups, like some group will recite together, some group, depending on their levels. Some group can read this tafsir of surah, for example, together. Some group can, how old are they? Like grade level, high level, or?
Second, third, fourth.
Third.
That's the average.
Third grade?
Yeah,
It depends on the level also.
Depends, yeah.
Some of them, the level 4, you can find all
For example, you can group the ages also. If one is big and one is younger, so you can let the big hand, the old one handle the younger. So all of these are ideas. We can also set as teachers and meet every bi-weekly, for example, after the session, and just come up with more ideas like this and try to apply it, because you need always to recheck the idea. Try to apply. If it doesn't work, okay, let's try to brainstorm the other solutions and try it, and have a list of solutions, keep it, and try everyone. Like if one worked, okay, this is fine, it worked with me. How about my colleague, it doesn't work with him, let's try the other solution, okay, follow up. It's like a follow up.
I agree with that, but like as one of the sisters mentioned earlier, we here have very short time, and also the environment in the classes, the way they sit, they have to sit right next to each other, very close to each other, so they play with each other. It's easy. You can't keep them separate from each other, or we can have a distance between them. So we're it's many.
But I think the idea of circles, I think that is a good one, and it's been tried already.
Yeah.
It works. Both level 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Small groups and then in circles, and then allow them to kind of express themselves, allow them to say what they want to say. but still direct the conversation or direct the teaching to in a particular direction, or in the direction of the class of the day. But your other suggestion, it can perhaps, I mean, in the case with Abdurrahman, can we throw in maybe, rewards? So for each circle that, I don't know, memorizes the 2 verses or 3 verses or are together, then they are able to
Like kind
get
of
a reward.
competition or something, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will adopt this part, like who receives more, whatever. I don't know what is it. Again, we don't want it to play the reward thing.
Yeah.
So, but they still need something to encourage them to do something.
Like marks, like what they use at school. Yeah.
But in school it's not competitive. It's
And
like
here it's not
ABC,
competitive,
and
yeah.
nobody looks at his colleagues.
Yeah, here is different.
Yeah.
Here is
So
not
that's
like.
why, yeah.
what we
Sometimes
used
in
to
the
study.
competition, the problem is that some kids will feel bad if they don't win anything. Yeah.
How about have you tried the helper, like to pick one in
Yes.
the class?
Yeah, that's what she was just
Yeah,
saying
so
about
for
like
the
asking
students that are somehow doesn't feel that there's any challenge about it or feel bored, we can let them help.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
bossy kid.
The bossy kids, yeah. The
But
kids
wouldn't
that
that
need
be,
attention.
wouldn't that be a reward?
No.
If they misbehave and they're bored and they don't want it, and you give them the responsibility, that's kind of giving the upper hand over those who are listening, who want to.
Feeling bored, what happens, and then listen to him, and then let him, okay, let's solve this together. What do you suggest? Would you like to help? Let him suggest first, and also you can add to the suggestions and let him choose, like 2 choice, and you said give him 2 choices. So now we didn't enforce the misbehaving, but I listened to him. Why are you doing this? Just to understand.
So you're giving the edge to the one who feels unchallenged or feels
Yeah,
bored.
this is because
Not misbehaving.
Brother Rahman said that some of them they already know the things or they already recited, so they will keep disrupting others. So they may help you in like or maybe you can give them more. Like, okay, read this, or give him a task. Just don't let them feel, free, or they don't have anything to do. So any kid that doesn't have anything to do, he's discouraged and he will misbehave. So let's, okay, it's okay. So we'll keep brainstorming solutions and write it, whether it's a mind map or a list of solutions. Okay, and we always have to agree on a specific time, because if we didn't put a time or a due date or anything like that, it won't be an agreement. So we always have to put like some sort of a specific time, to make it real. Okay? And understand children well enough to know that the deadline probably won't be met, and simply follow through. So this is our part here. We made the agreement with them, and we followed the brainstorming and listened to them, and we put a timing, okay? But I have to be expecting that they won't follow this. So this is my part of following through. This is another part of the making an agreement. I cannot just make an agreement and expect that they will follow. No, they will, whether they will forget, whether they won't, do it. So you have, your role here is to follow through. But there are some traps that won't make you effectively follow through, as wanting the children to have the same priorities as adults. Now we come here to teach them 1, 2, 3. And they come here, as you said, they want to play, so the priorities here is different. So don't expect them to be following the same priorities or having the same priorities as yours. The second thing is getting into judgments and criticism. Don't criticize or, just stick to the issue, okay? What about our agreement? Just, remind them, but don't say that, oh, you're very bad, you're misbehaving, and just adding shame and blame. You won't then make any agreement or follow it. As we said, not giving a specific time or deadline, and not maintaining dignity and respect for the child or yourself. Okay, both. So how can we follow through? Let's take an example. Like here it's about cleaning up the room, but if we said that I want something that's related to here.
It's like for my cleaning the room.
For example, clean up or putting the chairs together. That we agree that we have to arrange the chairs or
Yeah, like to tell him to do exactly what he should do at his room. Like smooth your bed, for example.
Because this is you know. For example, here's the example. Is I agreed with my son that he will clean his room. For example, after playing, okay, you will have to clean your room every day or every night. So how can I follow up with him now about this agreement? So I'll get into the room and I found him didn't clean it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell him, I noticed you didn't clean up your room. Please do it now. So this is the firm part now, the following through. Okay, I noticed that you didn't, so please do it now. You can take this example and apply it to other situations, okay? So in response or objections, okay, I don't feel like it, I don't want to clean now, still want to play, blah, blah, blah. You just refer back to the agreement. What was our agreement? What did we say? Just like that, okay? So he remembers what we talked about and the solutions that we brainstormed and we chose one. Okay, he will still, object and say, okay, you will, here we use our non-verbal communication. You don't have to talk a lot. No, you need to, shut your mouth. Okay, point to your watch, okay? Smile knowingly and point to your watch again. So that he knows that you are consistent, you are following through. I'm here. He will take you seriously, If you just keep entering and out and, or forgot to follow up or just got busy with another teacher or talk, he will know that you won't follow through. Then after that, he will keep, I do this with my kids when they play like video games, okay? We agreed about timing, like for example 1 hour, and I come after before the 1 hour is finished. Okay, you have 5 minutes left. Okay, they will say okay, and then I come back and I found them, okay, the 5 minutes is gone. So I will keep standing. I won't go again. I will keep standing in front of him. He will keep watching me. What can I do? He's testing me. Are you going to follow through, or you are gonna leave? So after this, I tell him, okay, you wanna close it, or I will, or you wanna shut it off, or I will shut it. Then he said, no, I will shut it off. Okay. So he wants to do it by himself. He doesn't want me to. So that's it. What was our agreement? Okay, I'll just keep standing and looking and smiling, just waiting for him. He will do it. You have to have patience. Okay, to be sure that he will. And then after he did this, the agreement, and did his part, you have to thank him. Thank you for keeping our agreement. Now he will feel responsible. What do you feel if someone told you? Thank you for, So he will do it again. He feel respected. He feel that, okay, we did an agreement and we took one solution that I brainstormed with you and we applied it and it worked. So when it worked, it will keep working.
It makes you feel more responsible too.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is the last part, inshallah. Okay, any questions about the agreement?
Nothing is good. I think in each of the cases, it probably needs to have some, as you said, brainstorming about what it is that you use.
Yeah.
Right? So,
that's why we don't keep talking a lot. We already negotiated through the agreement. We're not negotiating, we are brainstorming. There's a difference, there's a big difference. So we are now, there's a problem, we have a challenge here or a problem, and we want to solve this. So help us or brainstorm with us, let's brainstorm, and you pick one of the solutions as a student. For example, we can make votes, and okay, the one that took the most votes, we will try to apply this week or this session, okay? And we'll check. Okay, so he chose, but I won't open it for negotiation here. I won't open it. We can open for like views or opinions, okay? We can put different solutions. And in the follow-through, I won't negotiate. If he found you negotiating, he will not make his part of agreement. Because he will know that you can talk and we have back talk and, you know.
Is it better for the adult to always offer a set of solutions? You said last time to, again, with the understanding of trying to be kind and firm at the same time, offer only a certain set of solutions, 1 and 2 or 3. It's either this or that, but nothing else that they're wanting to have them or have the child be part of the solution does not mean that they can come up with something that's completely outside of the scope of what is being done.
Now it depends on the situation and on what's the possibility of using this. If we don't have like many time or it's something that's instant, I will use limited choices. And most probably I will give the choices, not them.
Yes.
But if we are in the setting of brainstorming, no, we can have more than as many as we can. Yeah.
But as long as it follows through what it is that...
As long as it's related
Context.
and applicable and we can apply it and it's respectful as we said. Okay, so we can choose one of them.
Okay, so in your case, I guess it would be a couple of choices, or at least as Asma is saying. So you have circles, and then so you said no rewards. Competition.
You can give rewards just you know, after finishing. Okay, guys, I thank you for coming today, and let's have some, for example, sweets or chocolates.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
They will keep this can motivate them more than if you did this, you will take this. It's sort of bribing here. I don't want this. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And you will feel more connected when you give them
Yes.
all. You know, you feel okay. Feel like a family. We can sharing something together. Something fun.
Yeah, we can try many different solutions to for memorizing the surah. You see, just memorize. If you can memorize only one ayah, one verse, just do it. Because I know some of them, they don't have like anybody to help them at home. So they're not an Arabic speaker, they can read it by themselves. You see, if you can memorize only one ayah, do it. And even one ayah, some of them.
Okay, can you say this sentence in another way that's maybe different? If I told you, if you can memorize only one ayah, will you feel like doing it? That you're capable of doing it?
No.
If I told you, I know that you can memorize this. I know I will give you these 2 ayahs or 1 ayah, and I am sure that you can memorize it. Will you feel that you're capable of doing this? You know, here's the difference, that I guess most of us didn't learn this when we were kids, or in our culture especially. Maybe I see here.
The way we say it.
Yeah, the way we say it. That's why this book is very, very important, how to talk. So kids will listen. He gives many examples about this, the way that we, you know, message them or talk to them.
Yes.
Just put yourself, you know, in this, and try to imagine if you told me the same sentence, how will I receive it? Am I capable to do with this? Am I encouraged, motivated, or not? Or I feel, he thinks that I only can learn one thing, for example. Yeah.
Well, it's the same nuance given by the if and as soon as, right?
Yeah. The sentence. Now we can say some sentences. I will tell you, like, this is 2 groups, okay? I will say a sentence here and another one here, and we'll discuss the feelings, okay? Okay. All A's, you get a big reward. You work hard, you deserve it. I'm so proud of you. You must be proud of yourself. I'm glad you listened to me. How do you feel about it? I like what you did. Wow, you figured it out for yourself. You did it just like I told you. I trust your judgment. You really know how to please me. You can decide what's best for you. Great, that's what I expected. I have faith in you to learn from mistakes. Okay. So that's... So how did you feel here? I know that you feel good at both, but how did you feel about yourself?
I thought, well, it was about you, not about me.
Okay, yeah. said.
Yeah, but I'm here to please you more than do what I'm actually capable of. That's what I heard more that it's, I need to work for you.
Yeah, it's like a lot of I on you.
Yes. How did you think about yourself?
So that I need to work hard to please you, like that I need to do, my task is to please you. It doesn't matter what, nothing about me. Yeah, it's just you.
What about this?
Completely the opposite, right? So it's, we did it, we're the ones who, the effort is from us, and we were given the responsibility to do the things that we want, that we're supposed to do. And the effort is because of us, and it's for us, and the confirmation of the good direction that we took in or the results that we got.
Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing it for myself, not for
Not
for
for
you.
Yeah. You have the internal motivation.
Yes.
Now it's kind of external, external motivation.
I think that this way is like a long term, like you're building him.
Yes.
You're not building him now,
Now.
you're building him in the
Exactly.
future.
Yes, that's it.
Like
That's
this
what
is
we want.
yourself, you're doing this for yourself.
Yeah.
You're doing your homework for yourself, you're
Yes.
memorizing for yourself.
Yeah.
You're not for me yet, I
Yeah.
got nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
That's
the
what
way
it
it
is. Yeah, exactly. So here we call it encouragement, and here we call it praise. Praise is always sounds good. It sounds good. It's like the sweets, but as you know, the sweets, too many sweets is not healthy, right? It's the same with the praise. If you're just saying, oh, okay, you always get an A. You're so smart. You're a very good boy.
You know what
It's
I
different when I praise the effort, not the person. Okay, you got it's like a good job, for example, or you worked hard. So it's about the effort. It's about what you've done. It's not about you. You want to say
yes,
something?
I wanted to add also that I might be afraid to disappoint you.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Because
So
I
if
know
if
that
if the opposite happens, for example, you didn't get an A this time and you got C or something, you will be afraid. You will be, what you will feel.
I will be afraid
And I don't think you will give them a praise if they got C, right? But what in this side? What if they got C?
We'll tell them what did you do with yourself, look what happened to you, like it's.
You can learn
It's
from
like you're
mistakes.
learning from your
What you want to
yeah.
do to improve yourself, or to
Yeah, what do you
improve
think
not
you're gonna
yourself,
do?
to improve, for example, your
grades.
scores or grades. Yeah. So it will be, you can still encourage even in tough situations or in mistakes. But here you cannot praise except if he's doing something good, or that pleased you. Got me? Yeah. So as we see here, the differences.
How about if some people, a lot of people use praise.
Yeah, we're used to use praise. That's the tough thing. We need to change it. Yeah. Just by practice, because I'm used also to this, but now when I learn this, I try to practice more now. When I say these statements, I feel the difference. So I started to just say it automatically. Yeah.
But whenever someone praises you, what do you reply?
No, you'll say thank you. You like praise, it's okay.
I will say thank you.
What do you think? Don't praise me.
Yeah.
No, you will feel good about it. Okay, so.
Like a compliment.
Yeah. So in the encouragement, you address the deed, the good job, for example, and in the praise, you address the doer. It's a good boy. Now the thing it's about it, when you say good boy, when he does something wrong, he will say about himself, I'm a bad boy. He will think the opposite, or he will think, oh, mom must be feeling that I'm a bad boy right now because I didn't do it right. So this is the negative side about the praise. Okay, the encouragement is internal. What do I think? The other thing is the praise is external. What do others think? I'm always looking at others, how they will think about me, how they will look at me. And encouragement, it's the long-term effect is self-confidence and self-reliance. In the praise, it's dependence on others. I'm always waiting for others to approve. Okay? I'm seeking approval from others all the time. Encouragement, for example, as we said, that aim reflects your hard work. And the other side, the praise, is I'm proud of you for getting an A. So it's really different when you listen to this and listen to this. How do you feel about yourself? I guess you can take a picture of my examples if you want by the 7 or something. Okay, so there are some questions to ask to know if my sentence is encouraging my child or not, or the student. I will always ask myself, am I inspiring self-evaluation or dependence on the evaluations of others? The second thing is, am I being respectful or patronizing? The third thing, am I seeing the child's point of view or only my own? It's about me being happy, not him. Would I make this comment to the child of my friend? I guess this is more of parenting, because sometimes when we see the child of my friend, I will see always he's doing good and will talk in a good way about him. But if it's my child, sometimes no, we criticize more. So sometimes when we start imagining, no, okay, my child now is the child of my friend, maybe I will try to change the way I talk to him. Maybe I'll be more encouraging. This is maybe...
So you're saying that you'll be more encouraging if it's a child's?
If it's my friend's child, because I'll be seeing the situation from the outside. So sometimes when you see it from the different point of view, now I'm not the mother, I will be more encouraging. When I'm talking to my child, I'll be having some fears and having, and I want to... So it's harder, I know.
Can you send a copy of this?
No. Do you want a copy? If you can take it, you can take it and have copy, or I told them to take a pic with the mobile, and I try to send more.
Actually, I'll take a picture and I'll send it to everyone. Or if you are able to. Good. I think today's session was really the meat of what. Yeah. But I think it's a natural consequence, or not proper sequence of what you had presented from the first. It really, it's essential that we understand the distinction between being firm and kind.
Okay, yeah.
Because that makes sense in the context that you presented today. So definitely a good second session. Next Sunday is going to be Thanksgiving Sunday, so there's not going to be any sessions.
I guess we finished, most of the tools.
I was going to say.
Yeah. I guess we can plan for some, maybe, I'm not sure yet when, but like some sort of support that we can follow up. There's the tool also called like parents helping parents or teachers helping teachers, that we can gather together and brainstorm, like as we did now, brainstorm for solutions together and choose one to apply, and I can follow up with you if you would like a session like recap or just reviewing what we said.
If you have time and you can visit us during the school session, that would be great. You too. So we can.
I teach you and you teach you. I know it's hard. I know. It's very challenging. My kids have been here. Yeah.
It depends. I've been teaching for a while, like kids, adult.
Many.
Yeah. It's completely different when it's like full-time school.
Yeah, because the setting is different and the expectations is different. Yeah.
But when you lower your expectation and the student get that, they feel it is just
for fun.
You have to take it like serious so they can get something.
I guess we can take it serious as what, in what we want to deliver, but not taken serious in how we teach them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the
We
point.
can try to teach them in more fun and engaging ways, but still we know we need to teach them. Yeah, we need to be serious about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we are, that's because some of the kids, they never do the homework, or they never even look at it at all. So you feel like even the parent, it's not.
I guess also it's a parent, somehow parents' role also. We sometimes we don't have time to remind them or,
And it's acceptable
we need
because
to make or do more effort with our kids at home also. Actually, we're confessing.
But it's very difficult though. I mean, it needs to be part of almost second nature. And you have to think through every time, you have to be very careful as to what you say and how you say it, and the condition of the child, the psychological condition. So it's very, very hard to be that watchful over.
I know, but it comes maybe by practicing. You know, we always make it similar to the driving. Before you learned driving, you were unconscious of it and you don't know how to drive. Then you learn how to drive, but you are very cautious. This is the stage that now you know things. You know, you have more knowledge. You understand why do they behave like this. And I had some tools, but I'm still, you know, not very professional about it. By time you will be doing it unconsciously. You know, you will come to part that now I know the tools, I have them, and by practicing you will be doing it more easy than now. I know it will be hard at first in practicing. It's really, because it's something new to us. I didn't do it before. Yeah. I guess. Okay. Thank you all. And if you would like to join my Facebook group, I always
Yes, that would be great.
post things to it.
So what is your
Or the page. It's called Family Coaching. And also I forgot to check your contacts.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.